live again, I think. So let me just. So someone just woke me up. The live stream went down. I think we are back up and running again. If we're back up and running, please do put something in the chat. Let us know. We'll just wait for it to go. Is that me? It's the right time, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you just got to catch up. You can kind of manually scroll to the. There we go. Okay, we're back up and running. I think that's the same link, isn't it? So.
Yeah, they can just. I just went to Subborder Mag.
Yeah. So.
And it pulls up the newest link as the first thing that you can select.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry, folks. You didn't miss anything.
I moved the laptop, so.
You're all good. You missed nothing.
Missed nothing. Let's just make sure. Let's see whether we've got any. We're back. Yes, we're back. Dealing with some technical gremlins. But thank you for bearing with us. Well, I was actually having a little bit of I went for a 20-minute power nap in the back of the van and made it for 4 minutes before I heard a little voice. Greg.
Yeah.
And those immortal words, which we've actually not heard for the last 13 and a half hours. The live stream went down. So we actually held a stream for 13 and a half hours.
Yeah.
So
impressive.
I'm quite happy with that. And we got it started up very quickly and nothing happened in the meantime. So that is all good.
That was 19 minutes of darkness they missed.
Yeah. So I might as well stay here now then. We're seeing this because we're 20 minutes in. Let's see some chat coming on. Any questions? I've got Greg back with me as well. I'm opening up the chat. Here we go, opening up the chat. We're back. Great job, Craig. Doosh, doosh, doosh. Fist pump, Sup Junkie. Thank you very much, Sarah. Yes, Sup Junkie, do you know what? It would have been so nice, Sarah. We would love to have you sitting here chatting away. I would love to make you sit here and do the graveyard shift with me. And we'll make it happen. And it was one step too far on the technology front. But you are here in spirit. And my dulcet commentary tones are nowhere near replicating your ability, but I'm doing my best for you. So we're good. We're back on. And it is 4:20. 4:20. And how you feeling, Greg?
I'm good. I'm good. I think everybody once the racers are out on the loop and you just kind of are sitting here for a few minutes, you quickly get tired. If you're not moving around, your eyes start to close a little bit, and so we just need the sun to come.
Yeah, and what time sunrise do we have?
Probably just slightly before 7 a.m.
Okay. So can I ask a question? Do you care about and have you checked the forecast for the day?
I've not checked it during the night. Okay. It's the last I saw is that the day is not supposed to be too bad. I think a little less wind than what we had today, so that will be good. But the forecast for the night into Monday has changed a good bit throughout the week.
Okay.
It's kind of gone back and forth between storms and no storms, and so I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
So we haven't got to give it away on it, but do you have a plan for storms? You have
Yeah. There's a plan. So basically, rain doesn't matter, but if we have lightning in the area, then they finish the loop that they're on if they're out there. When we have a good feeling like it's about to be a problem in the area, and then it's down for at least 1 hour. So we continue to keep the loop start at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
So if we have to delay, we delay for 1 full hour. If we have to delay beyond that, we delay another hour. And so it's as though that time doesn't even exist. We pick up the loops once they can go again.
Yeah.
But like a well, let's see. We're mostly in Europe right now with our viewers. So let's treat this like it's an F1 race for a second and say that you would just be a driver trying to hold out for a caution so that you could get into the pit and take advantage of the situation. And so it would be the same thing. If somebody's having a rough time and they could just hold on to that 1 hour caution there, then that's a big jump.
Big
right
jump,
there.
yeah. Well, it kind of resets a lot of things.
It does. It does.
1 hour to these guys would really put.
It would have a pretty big impact. I still think it doesn't have enough of an impact on the after 48 hours.
No,
distance,
absolutely, yeah.
But it would certainly keep some people in a little bit longer
yeah.
that may not have been able to do that. So that would looks like if we have some weather coming in, we would probably be seeing it sometime around the 42-hour mark, maybe.
Okay.
So
we shall see.
That will be interesting.
Yeah. Sarah asked, how's the wind been overnight? There has been no wind, Sarah, overnight. It's literally like glass. We had some interviews earlier with some of the racers as they come off the water, and a couple of them actually prefer it when it's windy, because whilst it's a 2 kilometre slog up, you always had that nice kind of we had some real downwind conditions earlier. You had some little lumps you could get on, and like if you're good at catching lumps, actually that was quite a nice bit of respite. So there's some of the races that like they'd actually prefer that to this. This is just butter flat, glassy, and is a little bit just bleh.
Yeah. I mean, we're fortunate the fog hasn't occurred the way it was last night or into early this morning. So hopefully that stays the way it is right now, and we can at least hold off to potential fog tomorrow night.
Yeah. So so that's the forecast. Sunrise will be in the next couple of hours, and I think that's when everyone's mood gets lifted. Hopefully, the beach will come alive again. There'll be people around,
right?
And we'll get Kristen and why's my mind gone blank? Mason back to carry on. Kristen will have her remote camera she had earlier, so we're going to get back out on the boat, get her back up on the tower, get some head-high views, get her roaming around the campsite where you can go over and see some of the teams. We saw some great videos earlier of some of the racers having their kind of like their respite. Bruce had some compression legs on. Have you seen them?
No.
He's got the leg you put your legs in them and turn the machine on and it does all the
yes,
so I don't know whether someone brought those and
like the high altitude.
High altitude. So Bruce had those. A lot of people laying down with their legs elevated.
Wow.
Nippers in his tent with his legs hanging out. What have you got? Bobby's got a full F1 crew.
Yes.
He's like a pit stop coming in. Everyone's got their particular job. So we'll get back out into let's call it an athlete village rather than a campsite.
Yes.
There you go. We'll get back into the athlete village and see what's going on there. What happens if someone falls in the dark? Are you watching for splashes? Well, no. So we can't see the whole from where we are, but the other races are out there as well. So, and something like this, and a lot of races like this, the safety net is the other racers. That if you're out there racing or paddling around, if you hear a splash, it happened a lot earlier with the wind. You know, you're going to stop and you're going to just check they're okay. And they're not. The field now is they're in complete eyesight of each other. They have torches on, lights on, so they're easy to see. So we're not having visuals on them, but we know where everyone should be. We'll know straight away there's a problem. It's nice and warm out there. They're attached to their boards. They've got PFDs. The safety net is the other racers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we had one. I guess you would call it boat assistance.
Yes.
Earlier in the race today, and so certainly during the daytime we're able to keep a better eye on that. But like Craig mentioned, obviously they either have a PFD on their body or they're leashed to their board and using that as their flotation device. And so, there's not a great amount of concern. I would add to that we do take a look at everybody, just a cursory look at everybody at the start of each loop and really at the end of the last loop. And so, anybody that looks like they really should not be going back on the water is pulled from the race. And fortunately, we're not at that point. But, sleep deprivation can become a real issue, and you don't want somebody to fall asleep standing up out there.
And what you referred to earlier with the boat assistance. Susie, bless her, we had such a lot of wind coming down here, and basically in the last part of the lap, you go out to a buoy over the back, and you effectively got a cross chop coming across. And she went in, and she just couldn't right her board round, and she got tired. She was close to the hour mark as well, and she wasted a lot of energy just doing her best to get back on the board. But with the chop and the wind, she couldn't do it. But we had eyes on, signals to the beach that she was done. And the boat was with her within a matter of seconds. Hoosted out. She came out with a smile. She was very happy. It's one of those things as well. So that's a great question. What's the water temperature? We had this earlier. It's we don't know the actual water temperature, but it's it's bath water. I'm going to say it's like lukewarm bath water. It's nice. It's really nice. It's warmer than the air temperature right now. Very, very comfortable. No Paolo this year. No, Paolo was racing in Thailand, so he hasn't been able to come. But he has been in the chat overnight and sent a few messages. So that's great to hear from him.
And I imagine you'll see him next year. He's already indicated he'll be back in the race next year.
Yeah. So there we go. So I think that's everyone brought back up to speed. We had a great fireworks display last night. For those who didn't see it. Went on for felt like about half an hour, but it was a good 15-minute firework display.
If you want to see a time lapse of that, we put it on the Last Paddler Standing Facebook page.
There you go.
So you can go there and look at a very, very quick version of the fireworks that we saw.
And that was great. Unfortunately, the paddlers were going away from the firework display when they went off, so they would have just heard the noise and not seen anything. But we got a great view from here on the beach.
It's by design that we make it where they don't get to see the fireworks.
Any more questions? Let's have a look and see. It's great. It's good to see people coming online. Should we do it? I'll do a bit of an update on races. So Nippers is he's looking strong.
Looking strong.
There. Joshua's a bit of a dark horse.
Yeah, he's very solid, very consistent with his loops. Has a good team with him. We have several paddlers that are connected with the Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis, which is an event in June that goes from the Bahamas to Florida, and I'm sure it's already been talked about at some point earlier today. But several of these racers are being crewed by people that are attached to that event, and so when he comes out of the water, he's always well taken care of and sort of really prepared to get back on.
Bobby Johnson, we had Bobby on the last lap. He come and a couple of laps ago he was struggling. He was just playing the wrong game, trying to keep up. But he's changed his strategy and now he's feeling strong. He's got the strongest support team. He is the F1 pit stop crew. So looking at this next down, Thomas Schilling. He's doing incredible as always, but he's a proper little machine. He's up there in the front pack when it comes round on his airboard, which is I say he designed, or he had quite a big input in its design. It's quite a unique looking board. If you haven't seen it, we're trying to have a little look at it when things get lighter. But yeah, he's going strong. Dave McMillan, we thought would have been out 6 hours ago, but he has smashed through. He started getting back problems. I think it feels like maybe 6-7 hours ago. He was close to pulling out. He didn't say it, but you could just see his whole body language. But he pushed himself through that, and then each lap that's gone on, he's come in smiling more and more. Still hunched over, still not looking very comfortable, but he's definitely punched through the pain barrier, I think, on that one, and found his, second wind, or he's kind of found that reserve that we don't usually tap into, or we don't know is there. So he's doing good. Goran Goza, well, yeah, he's cracking on.
He's moving on. He goes through his highs and lows in races. I think most recently he was in a bit of a low.
Yeah.
But I think he's just going to keep on keeping on.
Yeah. And by the way, these are in no order. Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon was another one who was at a very low spot, probably about 7-8 hours ago. Was definitely ready to quit, and I think the big thing, he's a great example of you shouldn't sit down on a loop and then decide to quit before you start the next one. You should just go out, start the next one, and then if you can't make it, that's fine. You can turn around, but odds are you're not going to. You're just going to go do the loop. And he went and did the loop, and now he's rebounded and he's looking better and better.
Awesome. And then, Bruce. Well, Bruce is... Bruce doesn't look like he's really started yet.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce spent the first 6 laps with Karen, and they were paddling around together. And then he started putting the hammer down. Karen turned in, and he's just smiling and happy, as we know Bruce is. Incredibly strong paddler. This is definitely his kind of race. He's always said that. He's just smiling and giving the thumbs up. So, he's doing so well. Alex,
Alex, yeah.
Alex, we don't need to say much more about Alex. Alex is absolutely killing it with his mindset. The hours I paddled on this lake with him earlier today, I would look across the lake, and he was going the other way, and I'm like, he's a 1.5K ahead of the pack already. I don't think I've actually seen someone move so fast, so consistently. We definitely need to do a drug test.
Yeah.
No, he's
high on life.
He's high on life, and he's got scores to settle after last year. I think this has been festering in his mind for the last 12 months.
Yeah. I think he really beat himself up for what happened last year.
For those that don't know, he was in the last 3 and fell asleep and missed the start of the next lap for many just unknown reasons. I think he pressed snooze or sleep or hit his watch.
What he did, I don't know. Did he tell the story?
Kind of. I think he just leaned on it and put his watch off.
He just put his iPad down on his stomach to take a 6-minute nap, and when he did, he turned it back off.
Yeah.
He stopped the clock. And that was it.
Yeah,
he overslept.
So I think he's been stewing on that for 12 months, and his mind is there and he's strong. Lindsay, the last lady paddler standing, again, incredibly strong.
Very focused. She comes off the water. She's all business, and she's back on that water, and she's looking strong.
Yeah. We've got Aleski.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
So, Alexi.
Yeah.
So Alexi's a veteran of last year's race as well. And, he's starting to feel a little bit of a low this last loop. He'd been feeling pretty good throughout, but I could tell he was starting to fade a little bit. So we'll need to keep an eye on him for the next couple.
Then we've got Christopher Thomas.
Yeah, another example of somebody who's looked good throughout. He has no crew. So he's doing this solo. Obviously everybody that's doing it
Here's
solo
Alex.
is continuing.
We'll keep
to
going,
do
but
it.
we can see Alex coming in on 37, so he's just going out. We'll see him coming in a minute.
Yeah, Christopher's just one who's, like I said, doing this solo, but lots of people here
You've
are
got-
offering to help
You've got one coming
throughout.
in. Laura, we've got Alex coming in.
Let's see who we got
Alex,
after
and
that.
after that, Blake.
Yes. Same thing. Let's see. So Blake's another one who's he's part of the Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis crew. Yeah, another one that's look really good. There's a lot of them, these younger, high energy athletes that just they clearly stay out late at night and have a good time and everything, and are used to being out this late.
Yeah.
You and I, we're not used to being out this late.
Scott, legend.
Man,
I mean,
just super consistent. Just a guy who's like this is his style of race.
Okay.
This is about enduring. It's about the mental side of it for him. He knows that if this was a true flat out speed race, he wouldn't be a competitor in this.
Yeah.
But he is eating up the fact that he's a competitor in this race because he's got the right mindset for this. And he's doing great.
And finally, Michael Carson.
Another one who's solo, and again, just kind of just a quiet guy who's coming off the water. Very, very, single worded answer. You good? Yes. And just focused on getting back out there every single time. So
to be a race director is being sadistic an absolute requirement.
No, but it is for my races. Yeah, I don't think it's sadistic, but I think that I'll speak for the endurance side of it, which is that I think that athletes that want to do these endurance races expect to have as hard of an event as they can possibly be given.
Oh, is it not?
Okay,
Oh, it's
so
Blake.
I think that
Oh.
you could call
Surprise.
it. You could call it.
It was Blake. Sorry,
Nice.
sorry.
You could call it sadistic. I obviously don't want to hurt anybody or be, mean for any, unwarranted reason. But, you do want to make it as hard as you possibly can.
Hi, Simon. Simon from Sup FM is now
Hey,
online as well. Hey,
Simon.
Simon. So they're all waking up now, aren't they?
Awesome,
That's
awesome,
It. It's great
yeah.
to have you back on board. We've hung in there through the night, just about.
Yeah,
the
we're almost
graveyard
to
shift is nearly finished. We've had some great conversation. We had Patrick's been co-hosting for quite some time. Mason up until midnight. Kristen up until midnight.
Yeah,
Got some
about
races
that.
in as well.
Yeah.
We are definitely at risk of starting to repeat ourselves, but it's fine because it's a new audience. So
Yeah, and I mean, I think that the biggest thing is like we said, this chat is a great opportunity for us to be able to answer questions. We're obviously going to talk about lots of stuff in here, and as more people get pulled up over the next, over the next 24 to 30 hours, we have a lot of people still left to come sit here. I mean, I would guess that Mason and Kristen probably haven't talked to Sally O'Donnell yet. Sally's on crew here.
Sally's on crew here.
I mean, Sally is literally the world's best surf ski endurance female paddler in the world.
Yeah.
She's the best, and she's 64 years old.
Paddling
and
royalty.
Paddling
Paddling
royalty. Is
royalty.
paddling royalty. That's exactly right. And she's here crewing and just, helping out at this event. And she's somebody that I think a lot of people would really love to hear her story and the things that she's accomplished.
And I think it's quite nice for me to have her taking my split times as I come in. I've got Sally O'Donnell taking my split times. Not, that's when you know, you know.
She's not used to being on that side of
she's
it
not used to
either.
being on that
She's
side.
used to being out there competing with you.
Well, in fairness, when I arrived here at 6 o'clock yesterday morning, I saw Sally, and she'd just been for a run around the lake, so she's done a 3.5 mile, and then I saw her in a OC1.
Well, and the thing that a lot of people don't know about Sally is Sally actually started out as an ultra runner.
Okay.
And competed all the way up to the 100-mile distance many years ago, and transitioned into paddling based on running, kind of being, getting issues with, her knees and other parts of her body with running, and deciding she needed to transition to something else that was a little more favorable on her body, and so that's what got her into paddling, and she's taken off from there. It doesn't surprise me that you saw her in an OC1. She's very versatile.
I think it was an OC1. But she was out there paddling when I was there.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah. Apparently, we're looking remarkably fresh.
It's fake. It's makeup. We have really, really talented makeup artists right off the side that you can't see that are making us look really good.
Are you going to give us a 24-hour what happened yesterday summary?
Yeah, probably constantly. I think the whole thing is. I mean, I think if you want the quick summary, it was wind. And
the wind went windy.
Yeah. For a lot longer time this year than last year, and for a higher intensity, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think someone was saying, I mean, it was 20, 25 gusting at some point. I think someone said, I mean, that's miles per hour.
Right. It was I mean, we had white caps out there.
Oh yeah, there's white caps.
So,
It's so open. It's so, when you see there, there's nothing sheltering this space.
Right.
It's flat. So when the wind's coming across, you can see the cloud. When you're looking up, and you can see the clouds just screaming across, and you're kind of sheltered in where we are now because the building's blocking us. But when you head out, the second you leave the beach, we had cross shore chop. Then you're heading up, and you've got a 2K run to the top, and it's white capping towards it. It's white capping. You're going into it, and and that was then you go across the top, and you can you tuck right in against the edge at the top. You could get a little bit of shelter. You could see a little bit of still water, but then the fun run coming back down again. You could properly downwind. You could ride some lumps, but it was so. The story of yesterday was wind. There's Thomas coming out.
Yeah.
Just seeing who's coming in. I've got someone else coming over here. We've got here someone give those commentators a beer from the Onboard Sub channel. We actually have some beer. And
lots of it.
So lots of it. And there's a big sign over there. It says free beer. It's non-alcoholic beer, actually, which is really, really nice. Because I think if I was drinking the non-alcoholic beer being real beer, I probably wouldn't still be sitting here.
Well, and I would also add, I think one of the cool things about this event is, as an athlete, you can have a non-alcoholic beer while you're.
Yeah, I think I saw it was either Thomas or someone walking around in the athlete village
in the middle of the race.
In the middle of the race with what would look like a can of beer, but it's really tasty. So so we're going to go and grab another of those in a minute. I'm going to have a beer at 4:44, but it'll be an NA beer.
Yeah, so what we're seeing right now is they're definitely starting to slow down a bit. We're at the 4:44 mark, so, now 45, so we're 15 minutes till the top of the hour, and we've only seen a few boards in, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so that have come in. So we've got probably 8 or 9 still out there, on this loop right now, and that's just going to consistently happen, especially once we get in the daylight hours and we start to have it heat up a bit and potentially a little bit of wind. We'll start to see them spread out even more and probably some more drops.
Other questions. Morning from sunny Macedonia. Macedonia's in the house. Look at that. There we go. We've got pork pies. So Sarah, we're trying to find some pork pies for Bruce without him knowing.
Okay.
But Sarah's, we've actually got someone here that thinks they've now had sourced one as well. So hold that. I'll get back to you if we need some help. But we're going to see if we can get Bruce a pork pie without him knowing.
I want a pork pie.
Yeah, I think everyone wants a pork pie. Sean Rayner, what would you consider the bigger challenge, Craig, the Yukon or Last Paddler? That's not the first time I've been asked that.
Yeah, I was going to
say. The answer is
no pressure right now. Sitting in front of me, no pressure. whatsoever.
I think the live stream's gone down. I mean, the honest answer is it's comparing apples and cheese. They are both monumentous challenges in their own right for very different reasons. Something like the Yukon calls upon skills that you would never need here. So being able to look after yourself and your partner with no assistance in the middle of nowhere off the face of the earth, where no one can get to you for 2 days, whereas here, that's not a problem. But in other ways, on the Yukon, you've got flow, You can sit down, you can stretch, you can wiggle your feet. You're not having to be forced to stop every so often and let the lactate build up, which is what's happening here. So when you stop, you know, I come into this race thinking, well, I've done the 11 cities, I've paddled non-stop for 33 and a half without getting off the board. This should be a bit easier because all I've got, I get to rest for 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, an hour, whereas on the 11 cities, I had none of that. So that was my error. I say error, it wasn't really an error, but that was my kind of thought. But what happens is that forced stop is actually really hard. It really chucks you off because it gives lactate a chance to build up, which you then have to start clearing again.
Yep.
You know, now the guys, if they sit down too long, they're going to start seizing up. It just, you don't find a rhythm. And like on something like the 11 cities or the Yukon, you find sometimes hours will pass and you'll be like, oh God, it's 4 hours. You know, if it goes slowly, then all of a sudden it's 4 hours later. There's not a chance that happens on this race because you are reminded every hour what the time is.
You're not in control in this race.
Yeah, you're not in control.
You don't get the choice of when you get to stop.
Yeah, go fast,
and
slow
go
down.
or take longer on the board,
Yep.
or rest for long. You're not in control of that.
Yeah. So yeah, in answer, I mean, it's a great question, but I mean, they're just two completely separate, but they're both just as challenging in their own right as anything for those reasons, and that's what makes these kind of events so special. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an answer that got me out. Yeah.
I think it's hard to compare
you can't,
races in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many variables.
I mean, you could point out a very specific thing and say, okay, what about this race and this race when you're talking about this one specific thing? But to fully compare race to race, there's very few honestly, there's very few long distance or endurance, because they really are different. There's a difference between a long distance and an endurance, but there's very few that you could go, they're apples to apples.
Yeah.
Very few.
But what's interesting is the people that do them, there is some similarities there,
for sure.
and some personality traits, and things that kind of like draw people to these kind of events. But I think what I would say is events like this one, anyone can come and give this one a crack. And as we're seeing, it's not about how fast you are or how experienced you are at racing whatsoever.
Right.
It's what you can do here, how you can plan stuff, and can you grind it out? Can you grind out these laps?
Yeah.
Great question. Katie outside has asked, can I please describe a pork pie? I'll go for a pork pie again. So it's a nice little bit of pork. It's got a little bit of gelatine around it, and it's got like a pastry around, the hard pastry. It's the best I can do. I will find a photo. I seem to have started a thing with pork pies.
I would definitely take one if you could figure out how to get one here to
I will
Sarasota.
find a better explanation. And good morning, you're looking fresh. Don't feel it. And thanks, Sean. Yeah, great answer. Two very different situations, but great to get an insight into the headspace required. Yeah, a headspace, mindset, mental side of things.
For sure.
For everything, yeah, absolutely. For anything like that. Great. Keep them coming. These are great questions, guys. So, looking back, we've got a question here. What paddlers are on the shore from this lamp? I haven't really.
Like
who's
in now?
in so far?
Well, we've got, it looks like Nippers, and
Bruce, I can see
Alex,
Bruce is board, Alex,
and Bobby, and
Oran's in. That's the Easter there.
Oran's in. We're missing. I can tell you, we're missing Dave McMillan.
Yeah, Dave McMillan. Seen Lindsay.
I think we're missing Scott.
Scott, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting. So we're slowing down. So now the guys coming in now are not going to have much of a rest.
No.
We are, we're
51.
51. This lap actually has hit a few people because no one's been this long for a long time.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen. We've got that's Scott.
I
That's
think.
Scott. That's Scott coming in. It doesn't feel like there's enough.
Yeah,
balls in the
it gets to the point where the turnaround time starts to definitely come into play.
that turnaround time, and when it starts getting to that point where we said earlier, where you want to do 4 or 5 things and you've only got time for one, and you have to prioritize. Am I drinking? Am I eating? Am I going to the restroom? Am I stretching? Am I sitting? Someone like Bobby with his pit crew can do all.
And you'll see some will make the strategy that they will have a really, really fast loop. They'll go as hard as they can because they know they want to sleep for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, I need to get back with 20 minutes so that I can sleep for 15.
There we go. There. Amazing. So we've got a local pie shop. Thanks, Andrew. I shall look that up and we'll get that sorted, and we should give you a shout when that's sorted. Teresa says this is becoming very addictive.
Fantastic.
Thank you. That's what we want to hear.
Well, either come do it or continue to watch every year.
Yeah. There we go. That's Scott in. So we've got someone over. I can't wait. It's still too dark to properly make out who that is. It's not a 17-3. So it's not Dave.
I can't tell who that is.
No. It doesn't feel like we've got many. We've got 15 outstanding. There's not 15 boards on the beach. Oh, someone's come out. So someone just come out of the channel. What would that mean?
Just right over here.
Okay. So she's just telling us that's who we probably saw there.
So that must mean that Kristen's back on her way over.
She's on her way, yeah. Kristen's on her way back over. I might get to have a little bit of a rest.
Your chief commentator is about to be back here soon, so you don't get to see our pretty faces for much longer.
For 12 hours. Okay, I think we might lose. We're getting close to. So we're now about to hit 54 minutes, and we are. There's definitely not 15 balls on the beach. 1, 2, 3. I think Dave. Who are we missing? Here comes trouble. Maybe there is. I can't. It's her.
It's hard to tell.
I'm just gonna go and do a board count very quickly.
The boards are So where the I'll slide in here. Where the boards. So when they come off of the start finish area, so when they finish a loop, we have you can tell during the daytime we have basically a corral area that they come in and out of. Either side of that is where they're able to place their boards. Because of the angle of the beach right here, some of the boards sit lower. We can't see them as well from up here, so it's harder for us to count.
So we've got the last two coming in now. So we've got Dave is just coming here.
All right.
And so this will be 15. There's 15 boards, 13 balls on the beach.
Gotcha.
And we have one here and Dave coming here. So it's now down to whether they're going to complete the lap. Well, Dave should complete the lap.
Yes.
So this lap will count in their total laps, and it's whether they can be ready to go straight back out again, effectively, because they...
Or want to.
Yeah, or want to.
Can't tell who that is.
It's the guy on the starboard inflatable, the airline.
Maybe.
He's got like blondish hair, kind of like a... Is he going to turn around?
That's
Chris?
Yeah.
So what's he doing with his board? Where they put their board is a bit of a giveaway as to whether they're thinking about going out again.
He's going back out.
He's turned the board round, so he's facing back out.
So that was Chris that just
So
came
Chris
in.
has come in, and he's going to have a 4-minute break.
And then we see Dave McMillan.
See Dave's lights.
He has the most distinctive, because he has them.
He has a red. He's got a proper red, green, and white.
Yeah.
In the right places. I hear that this is the slowest race in the world, but the most exciting to watch.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. If I could make it even slower, I would.
Yeah. Kristen's in the house.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
watch this. Bye, y'all.
Oh, I thought she was replacing me.
I'm about to have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Both of you deserve a break.
Come on, Dave. You've got this, man.
Craig, you're epic.
Woo, Kristen.
Catching
Kristen's
up.
back in
So
the
we
house.
lost 3 overnight since I've been
and
gone.
I think we're going to lose Dave.
Yeah, so that's what I was
Yeah,
saying. There's
yeah.
one.
Well, he might
I
turn
meant
around
the
and
channel, like over
Yeah,
there.
I
I was
get
just
it,
walking
yeah,
over the
yeah.
bridge and seeing who I thought was the last, and then I
Yeah.
saw. I
Yeah.
think that's Dave with the multi-lights. I like
Yeah,
how
yeah,
his board
yeah,
is
yeah,
lit.
yeah,
It's
it's what's
very
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Both, you know,
So let's go. Is he coming in?
bow, stern, and his body. He's got lots of lights on. But yeah, he's
Come on, Dave. Hit the beach, man.
Make
He's,
the decision.
yeah. So
So it looks like we have UK in the house. Yeah?
UK's in the house. UK's in the house.
Macedonia.
Yeah, Macedonia.
John's
Everyone's
back.
awake and
Yeah.
going. Sarah says
How
hi.
are you?
I'm okay.
Craig, you did this event.
Yeah, yeah. And
You participated, and then we hopefully did not make you stop early. You've helped so much with the technology,
No, we're
and now
good.
you're this amazing host.
no, we're good.
Yeah, I was trying
Although
to-
I did just go to have I thought I'm going to grab 20 minutes, and the live stream went down for the first time in 13 hours.
Just a little bit ago.
So yeah, we got it sorted very quickly. But
Yeah, you did.
Well done, Dave. So
Yeah,
Dave
'cause
has
I,
made cut
I
off.
was trying to catch up, and then suddenly
Yeah.
there was an end. But you're on a new one. Thank goodness it was you. So that's If it goes down while you're napping,
I'll be around. It's
might
fine.
have a problem.
Very good. So Dave is coming off the water. So he's made the time.
All right. Mason left his laptop, and I'm going to open it. He left a pass because if we do the boat, if we try to do the live,
I find we do.
We
do,
will
but
need
it
that to
lighter.
do
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fog's not too bad.
No, we just need some more light. Yeah.
It's definitely foggy though walking
Yeah,
over,
yeah, yeah.
but not the intense. Can't
I think
see.
that's Dave out. Is that Dave out? It looks
Yep.
like Dave's out. Well, no, he's turning his board. Well,
Oh, he's putting his board down.
but which way is it facing?
Yeah, well that could be telling. Greg's waiting, so
Is he?
usually Greg's MO is to wait
Is he
until
going?
they.
Is that 8? So is that
Did,
Dave?
did he tell Greg?
Yeah, he's
Greg
out.
will try to talk
Let's,
him
well,
out,
let's
just
wait.
like that.
Let's wait until it's actually official.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, if he doesn't start the lap, then he's out. So.
But he just confirmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did make the time cutoff.
Made the
but
time cutoff, but-
so did most of the people who went out during the night make the cutoff?
They
but
all made the
choose?
cutoff, but chose.
They all chose. Yeah. So we only saw, which was precedent setting yesterday afternoon in the wind, where people were not making
Making
the
the
cutoff.
cutoff, yeah.
That
People-
really is
peop-
something new for those
Yeah.
of you who watched last year. That didn't happen at all.
Everyone made
Except
the
for
lap
missing.
they're on. Yeah.
But everybody came in on time, so the decision was always theirs
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
personally. But
Yeah. Yeah.
some were
So,
cut not by choice. Well, that can be a whole discussion of whether they chose to go a little
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm done. I'm going to make sure I don't make the time.
So we'll move back out the way so everyone can see.
Yeah.
Not much.
So
When the sun comes up, it starts getting good.
the 15.
What happened?
What happened there? There they go again. And Dave is definitely not going in. So
Funny, somebody having a pause.
Yeah.
So do you need his computer for the?
no, Greg can update it there. So we
Okay.
have lost Dave, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were going to lose him maybe 6-7 hours ago. His back was giving
Yeah,
out. He was
when
like,
I was here.
move
Yeah. No, when I was here at 11 or so,
yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
he
prob-
definitely had a great crew talking him back
yeah,
into
and
it.
I think he's probably done an extra 6 or 7 to what he was going to do. So we are going to change the numbers.
So we just wrapped up lap
paddlers,
20.
yeah. So
wow.
we are just so we're now on to lap
21
21.
now.
They're out on lap 21, and paddlers remaining. We are down to 14.
14.
There you go.
So
There you go. So
for me and for others, salad cream or
we've-
brown
well,
sauce
we've
on your
been
pork
having
pie.
some food conversations,
Yes,
and I
yeah.
seem to have
So I
started.
assume they're, do you know empanadas?
Yeah,
Are they
not
kind
the
of,
same. Nah,
no?
nah.
A different kind of pastry?
Yeah.
Or,
It's-
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
a different filling.
Yeah, different everything.
Yeah.
Basically, so nothing like it. Yeah. But yeah. So.
But it is some sort of a pastry
What,
covered
pork pie?
Yeah.
No, it's like a little round. It's like.
Is it like a slice of?
No, it's like a little
pumpkin
round.
pie?
But
It's round.
I don't want to go off my phone and lose the
Yeah, no.
the live
The
talking.
chat, yeah.
The chat, but I will show you a picture.
Okay,
of pork pie.
later we'll have
gonna
pork
get
pie
some. Maybe
pictures.
we should start a pork pie company in Florida because.
Yeah.
it
Well,
sounds like fun.
somebody did send you
Yeah, I think
the,
we've got.
the
Yeah, we have
information
got. Yeah,
on
so
it.
we've got some
yeah.
links. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. We'll see whether Dave's going to
Team Sub says no tree, brown sauce. So I guess we have favorite ways to have your pork
there's all
pie.
sorts of- yeah.
Yeah. Is it brown sauce or gravy?
It's way beyond me now. I'm not really a pork pie person, believe it or not. I would. It was
Oh,
actually.
by the way, he's vegetarian.
Where,
Did you
where,
know?
where the pork pies come in is it was one of the foods that's a really good endurance food.
Yeah.
It's when you get when you've done long distance. 'Cause
Lots
it's
of
small.
protein
And, when it's more
easy.
fatty, and when you need that
Yeah.
real kind of stodgy fat.
Yeah.
And
Salty?
they're tiny. Yeah, salty, and they're tiny and small, so you can just.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not chewy, so it's nice consistency. So
Yep.
it's, that's how we started on it, and then it's kind of escalated from there, really.
Yeah.
We'll see Dave. And
Yeah, some of the interesting, Yukon foods would be interesting to talk. I brushed my hair. Oh, yeah, that felt good, actually.
oh yeah, I got my tooth.
Although I've been drinking coffee again, so I have coffee breath, I'm sure. Yeah, so fun to see. Yeah, come on, Dave, you can do it. Yeah,
See what happens next.
Dave did fantastic. I'm
Dave.
with you. He lasted.
Dave, everyone's. He's waving.
Lots of love.
Do you want to come and wave at the camera? Yeah,
Yes,
of course you can.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you been able to talk with some of the others, or did they just go right
we've
to
had,
bed?
Well, we've had. We've had
Tim.
No, Tim that left us a nice comment, but didn't want to come over.
Yeah. We still have a few from yesterday that I'd like to catch.
Yeah.
Heidi left
Dave
yesterday.
is all good. He gave a wave and a smile and
Yeah.
said he will come back.
Yeah. How about Tony?
I
He might have gone to sleep.
think he's probably gone to sleep actually.
Okay, so Tony and his partner Heidi, who
Yeah.
who tapped
Yeah.
out in the wind yesterday.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Yeah,
get to talk to
yeah.
them during the day,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
are getting asleep
Yeah, yeah.
now.
Yeah.
There has to be a reward for
Yes. Yeah.
hanging in there. Although you again have not taken it, but
No, you're good.
well, with this going,
Right,
so
any more right, let's
Yeah.
move on from pork pies.
yeah.
Scotch eggs. No, let's leave
So
the food.
Ollie number 13 thinks they're disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, at least he knows what they are. So,
So,
Ollie, are you in the UK and you don't like pork pies? What?
any more? Any questions? We've got a new lot of people now in the chat now. So, anything you want to ask, Kristen?
Yeah.
Anything you want to ask me? Anything you want to ask anyone here about the race?
Or each other. I would love you to check in again. So I see a lot of names who are on the feed from very early yesterday.
Yeah.
Assume they had some sort of a sleep, although,
Yeah.
as people say, sometimes they get addicted and wake up
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much. Oh, I like this little thumbs up. It
I
doesn't
don't know
show
where
up
that
here.
come from there.
Yeah. Did one of you do that?
No, it's us.
Oh, it's us.
I think when he was just.
I didn't do a thumbs up.
No, whatever. No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fireworks. Oh, you guys can't see
Whoa.
this.
Oh, they can't see the fire.
Come see,
Oh no, you can't.
Laura.
Can they see?
Oh, they can't. It doesn't show up here. It doesn't.
No,
look
that
like. Or
does.
did
No, it does. It
Oh,
does.
it did.
Likes.
Oh yeah. Okay, we
No,
found a new
wha-
thing.
so-
No.
so watch this, watch the
Wait.
screen.
Watch
You
the screen.
guys do
Ready?
this.
Ready? Okay, right. So. Okay,
One.
ready, and go. Ready.
Oh,
wait,
too many?
No, too many. I think it needs.
There we go. we can do our own fireworks.
We've got
on
our
the
own
screen.
fireworks.
We
So
figured it out.
pretty
those
exciting.
fireworks actually look better. No, they don't look quite as good as ones we had last night.
That's gonna
There
wake
we
me
go.
up.
Look at that.
5 a.m. Let's go.
Fireworks. So yeah, look at that. I wonder what I saw that do it earlier. It's big. Yeah.
That's funny. I just.
What
yeah.
there is, you can do that. And it
Uh-oh,
does
what's
there
that
you
gonna
go.
do? Oh, yeah, thumbs
yeah,
down.
But you can do this.
But when
one.
we
You
did
ready?
a bunch of them,
No, you can do this. Ready?
both
I think it
two
needs one.
thumbs
No, I think
down?
it needs one post-it. You can do
Okay.
this.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, you don't even have to hit it anymore.
Here's a great question. Right, we're back on to non-special effects.
Okay, no more
right,
special
so,
effects.
question from Veronica. There you go.
Veronica, what are you doing up?
She said, "Are you interested in doing this as a paddler? Are you getting any FOMO?"
Any FOMO. I tried to, after doing this last year and not having done anything endurance-wise besides a Chattajack, but one dayer, but longer one, I went and did 11 cities.
Mm-hmm.
I think that gives you a little more of a flavor because you do a distance and you sleep and do a distance
Yeah.
sleep. But nothing is exactly like this. I know Christopher Parker last time had total FOMO the whole time from Australia, was saying, I'm coming, he's not here, but to paddle this year. Do I have FOMO? No, I'm enjoying the commentating part of this. I think it's really fascinating, though. I really, at 61, have no idea how I would do with this. There's nothing close enough to it to like the on and off.
Yeah.
Although you've talked a lot about getting your rhythm.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
some people, it took their body's time.
Yeah.
Because their bodies were screaming at them when they were
What are we doing?
sore,
Are
and
we,
they
are we
stopped.
stopping?
Why
Are
are
we,
we?
why- Are we stopping? Or
Make
are we
up
not?
your mind.
Yeah. It's like, are we going for this or are we not?
But bodies are so adaptable, and that's what I was going to say about 11
Yeah.
cities. Is I learned, even though that first, I'm like, I am so sore after one day. How the heck am I going to do 4 more days?
Yeah.
And mind over matter.
Yeah,
as we've
absolutely.
talked a lot about.
And we've talked about that, like you.
I don't know, B.
You know, when you think you're going to give up, you're about 40% there. You know that.
Yeah.
And I know Cassie's on the group at the moment, but like Mark did 11 cities non-stop, and then did the 5-day.
Oh gosh, I know.
You know.
Well, the tandem.
Tandem.
two of them.
Yeah.
They did both.
Alistair and Alison,
Yes.
legends. Absolutely,
Yeah.
they did both as well. In Tandem, yeah.
Have they
And
done any Yukon or any like
no,
camping
no,
ones?
no,
Yeah.
but they
do lots
they
of
do
stuff,
it, but
though.
and they don't fall out.
No.
I mean, imagine being
No, always dry.
Yeah,
As
no,
someone-
I didn't mean fall out as in fall off.
Oh,
I meant
yeah,
as in
stop.
like no fall out of each other. I mean, as
Oh,
in
yeah.
imagine like
Oh,
yo,
no.
Can you imagine that?
No, not with anybody.
Imagine
I
it's not-
can't imagine
anyone.
anyone. It could be just like, good morning. Yeah.
Is this where we? I have no idea over at park either.
Oh, we're a different event that's
we're a
been going
different
on
event.
for 24 hours.
But if you want to go on a paddleboard,
You want a
and
paddleboard
yeah.
in the dark?
No, you sure?
Oh, there's a marathon here.
a marathon.
Wow. Okay, so I think it's going to be a busy day. It sounds like there's a marathon happening.
There's a marathoner.
Whoa.
Is there a marathon?
Today? There's a marathon today.
Is it?
Wow.
Good luck. Good luck. So there's a marathon going
Good
on next
morning,
day.
Sally.
Oh, Sally's
We've
here.
have your ears been burning? You've been talked about a lot. You're going to sit down at some point and tell us stories. The Queen.
Sally, you've been out for a run. Are you off out for? You off
Yeah,
out for a run? You off out for a run now? You haven't stopped.
I'm gonna chill out on this lap, I think.
Yeah.
Now, did we only lose one on this lap?
We only lost one.
Okay, so we still have 14 now.
We have
Yes.
14. Yeah.
We update the thing.
Yes.
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 He did.
Good. Yeah. We well. Yeah. Greg
Craig
updated
does
the
all.
list, and I did the numbers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see him do
61, just in your endurance prime.
that. Yeah, well,
Yeah, absolutely.
there's something to that.
Oh, well, I know. No,
Yeah.
so we see it on the River Quest and on the 1000, and age is but a number.
Yeah.
And
If
it
we
always
can-
is anyway. But
We
also
can keep the joints working.
keep the joints
I
working.
got one new one already.
that.
Yeah. So
Again,
there's
experience.
technology too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Become bionic.
Technology, but then do we have to have a different class? Like so, like technically that's like cheating, right?
Yeah, I'm cheating.
I'm not racing you. You've got
Mine's
a bionic
only a
hip.
hip. It's not. Yeah. I don't know how much
start
that.
putting
Yeah.
like, with, like motors in there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to check. I still think we should drug test Alex. I mean, see how fast he's coming round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah.
we should do some like random drug testing. Bring him into a station.
We did not give Huron cocaine, I swear.
Yeah.
Egg.
Anything else we've got in here?
Endurance prime, but there's something to age and wisdom, and we talk so much about your mind and having a little bit more of a control over that, and knowing, your pains. We do
Yeah.
you have aches and pains as you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
older, but what you do with that information.
And I think just the way you approach things like training.
Yeah.
You're no longer bulletproof, so you realise that you have to do it intelligently.
Yeah, I'm going to throw out females too. I mean, we go through. It's so cool to see. I mean, my age group in the U.S. at least is right at the beginning of sport for women.
Okay.
That's not fair to say because there was plenty of sports, but very segregated.
Okay.
So we had something called Title IX in the United States, which said it's not supposed to be separate over here. So in California, they were just adding women's to the guys' sports. So instead of just badminton, now we could be on the track and cross country and all that.
Yeah.
And my first year of high school, I'm from a family, one sister, PE teacher, mom, had never noticed a difference, but the coach didn't want to take
Right, okay.
girls. And he was forced to because that was
Right.
the law. So watching that and knowing that, but watching women come back, I just want to quickly say, we talked about Seychelles and Kim Barnes, 2 Americans who just both podiumed. Both have had children, one recently.
Yeah.
The other one is raising children, a full-time school teacher. I mean, talk about balance and
Yeah.
pain and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mental game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think it just gets stronger.
Yeah. Any more
But
questions?
that doesn't explain Alex.
No, it doesn't explain Alex at all. No. Well, no.
Although he has a bunch of kids, but,
Yes, but yeah.
cute from all ages, very supportive family. Nice fireworks, yeah. Yeah, that was
fireworks,
fun.
yeah,
That was a
great.
new little game
Yeah. We can, yeah. Well,
to play. Okay. Where did I set my coffee down? You probably could use.
I'm gonna go and raid. I have
Yeah.
got a massive tuck box cooler full of stuff.
Okay.
So I will go in a second.
It's funny. I looked at you two, and you're both in jackets, so I put my thing on again.
It was
Didn't need.
no. It was more.
Was it cold for a while?
It wasn't really cold. It's that the moisture in the air.
Yes.
And
the
when you're
the
sitting
fog.
around and
Yeah, I don't know. You guys probably can't
you're
see. 'Cause
yeah.
The fog isn't low, but when I walked over, looking at the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just that moisture
Does
in the
it
air.
settle here? I mean, we're both not from Florida.
No.
'Cause
Yesterday.
we definitely have
yesterday
had
it did.
races in California where there's been questionable.
Yesterday it did. When I was here
Yeah,
yesterday,
it was very
so,
low.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
low. But yeah. So so I put this on because it was just, and you want to be a bit cozy.
Yes, yeah.
And I did actually put the hood up and lay in the back of the car for
a
4
few
minutes.
minutes until it died. Well, it's not going to
okay.
die
actually, I
now,
can't
so
bear
I
it.
think just get some
Yeah.
shut-eye. We'll just keep you there as a
yeah.
prop.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
yeah.
lean back,
Oh, well,
put the sunglasses on, and then we don't know you're sleeping.
I'll just. Right, okay, you talk and I'll nod.
We'll sit here and act like,
Okay.
there you go.
I'll just do that.
Yeah, let your head bounce.
That's it.
Tricks of the trade.
That's
Shh,
it.
don't tell.
I'll pretend I'm looking at
you
something.
pretend.
I'm
No.
looking at-
But Craig, you have been like, and the bonus is you're such a great commentator and that you covered the night, and great to have you
Yeah,
here.
thank you
Yes,
very much.
Yeah.
It's
on
helped
all
with all these
levels,
great
yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Do keep the questions coming.
So Patty's cheering on Blake.
Yeah.
Less about me. Pork pies. So if you would check in again, is what I was starting to say. So we see Patty, Sarah, B. We have a couple Sarahs, Veronica. So some people have their names, but many of you either have a business or
Team Sup.
or a cute name.
Cassie and the whole Nottingham crew.
Okay, yeah.
They had a watch party.
Okay,
They
so
had
they're
a
the group
watch
from
party.
Nottingham.
Yeah, they had a watch
Oh yes,
party.
I know.
They all
It was
yeah,
amazing.
it was amazing.
With a sign for
Yeah,
Susie
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah. Have we had Susie come and talk?
No.
I think
yeah,
she.
I think
she said later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
later she. Yeah,
So I think we'll try to catch up with some of the
Yeah.
ones that we haven't heard their
Yeah.
story. Would love to get perspective on how they're feeling. Sometimes interesting right afterwards, but sometimes they're just not ready.
No,
at
no,
all,
no.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
s-
The last thing
completely
you wanna do
don't
is
blame
drag
them.
someone over. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not fair to drag.
No, not fair to drag.
But sometimes with a little time and perspective and maybe a sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they might
Oh, I
have
can hear
more
some
to
birds.
say. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's some amazing, beautiful cranes. And then one, we'll see what Mason when he gets
Mason's
back.
the-
He's
Mason's
the expert
man
on
to
the
talk about
birds.
the
Yeah.
birds.
Although I don't know, Greg might be an expert too.
But
Yeah.
there's some cool birds that make
Yeah.
some cool noises.
Yep.
Um,
So I do want to open this computer before you leave. Let's see.
I'm only gonna. What are you gonna open it for? To do?
The live, the Google Meet. I want to make sure that's up on. He was the one controlling
Oh
that.
yeah, he's gonna be back soon.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he said he'd be. Well, we're not gonna go live for a couple of hours.
Okay.
You know, I don't think.
Sunrise.
Do you think sunrise? I mean, what
We're-
sun's?
Pretty early, but we don't have to.
Well, you get his laptop, turn it on. Maybe turn it on over because I've got a long cable.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid
Um,
of these guys.
He says. Oh, I see. No, he did have it on the edge here, didn't he? Yeah, log it in over there first. We're just going to do some tech stuff.
Techie.
We're going to get the cameras ready so that we can do some roaming cameras again, which went down really well yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
look
people
good.
really like
Yeah,
that, so we
yeah.
were saying we would try to do
I'm going to shoot off
more.
and get. I'm going to get a can
And
of
you-
coffee.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a can of
Yeah,
coffee. You good to
please
hold
do.
the fort?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. If the stream goes down.
There's my coffee.
There you go.
Sorry for the
Right.
Reach?
I won't be long.
Not at all. So, good morning or late morning Europe, yeah? I cannot help you with pork pies, but anything else is great. Yes. Cass, thank you. And again, what you did was so special for Susie and loved the watch party idea. I remember you saying it was -4 degrees there. Woo! We luckily, even with the fog and as Craig just said, lots of moisture in the air, but still not bad at all. So you guys catch me up. I came in time just to see the last, and that is updated. How many laps? We're on 21. times 3 for miles, times 5 for kilometers. Gone a long way already, but we're not quite at the 24-hour mark, and we're hoping this will be at least doubled. Again, yesterday, if you watched, I'm not sure if some of you were sleeping on. I think we had a lot of UK on. The wind yesterday afternoon really got a lot of people and was really tough. I think that was different than last year. Getting set. I'm supposed to have one of these hats on. Oh, that's fine. This one. All right. The sponsor thing. But this looks, even though it was thrown together last minute by the amazing Craig and the generous offer of Supborder to host, it looks kind of professional. Got the whole screen over here, and now I know I can throw things at the screen. Make sure we don't have competing. Thank you, Meral. Thanks for the welcome back. Remind me where you are. So we're getting more specific in the UK. We have Nottingham, Team Sup. Sarah, Sup Junkie, I don't know what city you live in. I should. What part of the country are you from? Patty, are you also in the UK? I saw Damjan on for a minute, who's down in Macedonia, has an amazing race on Lake Orchid, I believe it is. I have never been to it, but it's one of those bucket list items. Veronica, are you, is ER nurse. I'm wondering if she's commenting from work, because she is on the west coast of North America, of the US, from my area. So it is 2 a.m. there. So I don't know if that's the end of her night. Yeah, it is really interesting. It's so fun that usually things are happening too fast in a race. No chance for this interaction, but this is what we love and keeps us going, is having you guys out there. Paul, winter is in Lincolnshire, and again, we lost our UK native, so excuse the mispronunciation. You can tell me to try again if I'm way off. I know, what did I say yesterday that you guys didn't even understand because I said it so badly? The pronunciation. I like it when it's sunny. We do love your handle, but Phil, that's Phil. Okay, we're going to remember. In Cardiff, UK, not Cardiff by San Diego, in San Diego County, Southern California. Paul, Phil. Okay, 11 a.m. on a sunny Sunday morning in the beautiful mountains in Macedonia, down south from you guys. Actually, you're probably on the same. Is it 11 for most of you in the UK, or a little bit earlier? What time is it there? Sussex. Jeff is in Sussex on the south coast. That's a cool area. So Veronica, who, again, if you missed, was supposed to be here and wasn't able to be here. Work did not give her the time off, but she was one of the 3 who signed up but didn't make it. But hey, impressive, so many people did. It's a big commitment to come here and not know when it's over. It's cold, 50 degrees. Well, your friends, Veronica, V is short for Veronica, maybe wouldn't agree that it's cold since they're in negative weather. But yes, she is waiting in her van for San Onofre State Park to open because she's a sup surfer. That's her biggest passion. Am I allowed to say that, V? And is out there all the time, getting her footage, getting her good rides. Okay, you're up an hour ahead. Thank you, Phil. Should know these things. I've traveled a bit, but forget sometimes. So 10 a.m. 10:20 and 11:20. Oh, wow. Paul is clearing snow off his car. So, Veronica, you're not going to get a lot of pity for the 50 degrees while you're waiting in line to go surfing. The fact that you're actually going surfing. Although, I don't know. Veronica, would you surf in the snow? I'm not sure I have the wherewithal, to put on the hoodie, get icicles on your eyelashes. Yes, surfing is an addiction. But I brought up sharks yesterday because we've been talking a lot about gators here. Sharks are like gators. We, right next to San Onofre, part of San Onofre is a nursery for great whites. So we do see them sometimes, and we know they're there. And so it's just sort of how you choose to deal with that. Yes, I trust a computer. I'm not sure which computer is trying to do something in here. So yeah, it looks like most of you are Europe and UK, except Veronica on the West Coast, waiting in line. Sleeping. Get some sleep, my friend. Got to be strong for when it opens at 6 a.m. 4 hours from now. I didn't know they let you get in line. Are you first in line, V? Is it after midnight, maybe? So back to the event at hand, 22 minutes in. So they are over on the other side. We will see, tried to watch as I walked over here from my hotel, which is right over there, which is really super handy. Thank you, Greg, for putting me up. It's a foggy morning, but it's not a low fog, so I think everyone is probably seeing okay as best you can. As we talked about last night, their path, the first kilometer and a half, this first stretch is really the darkest. They all are required to have a light on their board. Some have more than one. But it's almost, you're right on the edge, so staying next to the shore is probably how most of them are guiding themselves. And your eyes do adjust to the buoy turn at the end. And then the long side of this, I think I left them with a map, is definitely, I don't think we have, is anybody new this morning? Or most of you were around yesterday. But the long side of this, the other side of the island, is has a highway, and that highway has cars on it. I'm sure not as many at the moment, although maybe the rush hour is starting. Yay, found a little food.
Brush my teeth. Good food.
That does feel good, makes you feel human again.
Yeah.
But seriously, at some point, you're... Sorry, mom in me comes out. I guess if you went into this thinking you weren't going to sleep.
Exactly. So basically, I'm getting it easy from what I thought I was going to get.
Not. Yeah. So Sarah, Sup Junkie, is mentioning that the last lap right before I got here was pretty slow.
Yes, it was.
Times, yeah. So even the front pack coming in, were they in the 40s instead of the 30s?
Yeah, so...
I'm surprised how, because we definitely saw some of that last year where they were lightening up. So I assume it is still Alex kind of on his own up there? No. We're mixing it up. Bruce?
No, Bruce was in the front, so there's
Sup pack, yeah.
Alex, Bruce, and Nippers, and...
Maybe Blake.
No,
He's strong, but he's also, I think...
He coming first, I mean, like, was it Christopher, maybe?
Wow.
I
Oh,
think
somebody
he
really mixed it
I
up.
properly blasted in.
Wow.
Unexpected, yeah. But yeah, that last,
Very
that
interesting,
last lap
yeah.
was really interesting. There's, I don't know if that's a one-off.
Thanks,
but
Sarah, for mentioning that, because
yeah,
that's when I was
it'd be
walking
interesting
over.
whether that was them just taking it easy for a lap.
Yeah.
Or whether...
There, I don't think it's or is it the fans? There is a little bit of a breeze, right?
Yeah.
Or not at all. It's just the fans. Okay. There is some air coming down. I saw my hair blowing, but no wind at all. The flags are just pointed that direction, right, so that you can see them. I think you can see the flags, can't you? Right next to. Kind of dark, but those are two lit palm trees, right there, and the flag is just inside of them. Oh, you can see that. See the start. So 14, and it's still wild to me. Only, I believe, 18 started last year.
Right.
Yeah, so we still have what feels like a really big group. I mean, that start line is spread all the way across.
Yeah.
We're 24 hours in We were in the single digits, I think, last year.
Percentage-wise,
Yeah.
it's kind of
About the same, yeah.
because it was 7 that
Yeah.
lasted like this long.
Right.
So about half.
So it was just over half when I left last night, and now it's under half are still with us. Very impressive. Yeah. So it does get at this point, in my mind, these are people who really were planning to last probably, and we shall see. Sunrise, we heard different things from people, like how it affects you. It might brighten your spirit, but we have had numerous people say, love the dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
John Dippers is a dark person.
Yeah, and it might have been Christopher. Somebody else told me they were so. And if you didn't before, I would think you would after yesterday afternoon, and then the dark brought the calm.
Yeah.
You know. And he's back after a little snack. It was not a pork pie, but
No,
did
it
it
wasn't a pork
satisfy?
pie. It was actually. Yeah, it was good actually.
Good.
Brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
Now I've got a cold brew.
Yeah. Nice.
Um,
Black and bold. Is that a new flavor?
I don't know, I just
For you?
literally raided the whole
Yeah.
Target aisle of caffeine.
The aisle of caffeine.
Aisle of caffeine. Right back in the so I actually had a question come in to me over Messenger actually.
Oh, okay.
From great paddler in the UK, Simon Wellingborough.
Oh,
and
Simon was on here
Was he
earlier.
on there? Was he? Did he?
Oh, he's Sup FM, right? Or
No. It's
a different
Wellingborough,
Simon.
different Simon, yeah.
Okay.
So he's asked me what is your maintenance routine as far as injuries, which I thought was quite a good question for both of us because I'm sure
Yes.
you've been.
Well, but you first as someone who does a lot of this endurance paddling, because I think that's even more important
Yeah.
than me, who usually I'm the 10K-er. You know, that's
but
my usual
injuries are
race.
injuries. You
Yes.
still got to do it. So.
But I race. I've said to Sarah before. I think I might have done more races than anyone
Right. Yeah.
because I race year round.
Yeah.
Almost a couple
Well,
races
so
a year
when you do- so-
for
so
the last
what- when
14,
you- so
14 years.
What injuries do you fight with? what kind of things are?
Back, neck. I've been going into my chiro to work on.
So you
yeah.
go to Cairo.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
And then they go, you should get massage more often as they, you know.
Yeah.
Your back's crunchy.
Yeah.
You know, when
yeah.
they go
I've
over
got
things
yeah.
and like.
Yeah.
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 So if I had more money, I would do more
That's it,
maintenance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, I love massage and like getting work done.
Have you? I've got one of those.
The rollers and things.
No,
Yeah,
I got a roller, but I've also got the one of the guns.
but, oh, nice.
You know, a handheld gun. It's like,
Yeah.
like yes, but you can't.
Yes.
'Cause the
Those
bits
are
that I get can't. You know, the back of the shoulders and stuff.
Yeah.
But so.
Yeah, I should work on you. I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
that
yeah,
would,
like,
if you could.
yeah.
That would be
That'd
entertaining.
be great viewing.
Yes, you speak. No, you talk with your voice like that. Yeah. So back to maintenance. So you go first. Yeah.
I guess obviously prevention is always the best cure as much as possible. So it's like I think really knowing how you feel and acting on that. So if you feel that something doesn't feel right, or you're not filling up
Yeah.
something, or if you start to feel a niggle, don't push through it. I think because like even if it doesn't turn into anything, it's like what you're going to lose. So like pushing through something I found through the wrong way often ends in something worse. So I think there's injury prevention, and that is just literally listening to your body, warming up, with paddling, stretching, mobility. I know it sounds boring. We all know we should stretch. I'm saying this now while Laura's over here stretching, and
stretching.
doing. So she's doing some yoga
Should we be
moves.
doing
Exactly.
some-
And I think I should be doing that.
You should
really.
be doing it right
Yeah.
behind us.
And
Yes.
instead, I'm just like sitting back on a chair drinking a cold brew. But we should all
Yes, you
do
make me
more
feel like I should
stretching and
be.
mobility work because it does make a massive difference.
It's the off-water maintenance type things that I
Absolutely.
know I should do that I don't.
Yeah.
That there's routines. I mean, I have
Yeah.
definitely some written.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
And you
supposed
should,
to do, but-
I mean, you should, I don't, but 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Foam rollers are great,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, bands. So, yeah, I'm, as everyone knows that knows me, I'm a massive advocate of strength and conditioning training. I've lifted weights all my life and always will do forevermore. I got my granddad into it when he was 70.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like,
I would think endurance even more than the shorter
I
races.
think irrelevant of
This
racing. I think
sport
this
is strength limiting, not
Yeah.
cardio
Yeah.
limiting,
And
in
I-
almost all
yeah,
capacities.
but I just
It's
think
your body that has to.
just for general longevity and
Yeah.
health span.
Yeah.
Just keeping the body supple, moving, and lifting
Mm-hmm.
weights is going to. Anyway, so I'm going off a bit of a tangent there. So I think, like mobility, flexibility, strength and conditioning, listening when you start to feel like you've got a niggle, giving it time to rest.
A niggle.
A niggle.
I love that word.
Niggle. Do you know have a niggle? Yeah, a little niggle, little thing that's just like
I know exactly what you mean, and it's a very descriptive word.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I'm going to start using
that's
it.
that's
the niggle.
That's a preventative. When you get injured, again, it's just rest, isn't it? It's just you got to just.
That's a hard one. Like people will say, why don't do you plan your off season? And I know you're supposed to, but I almost always get some type of an injury, because even if it's a sprained rib or something, you're out for 6 weeks. Yeah. You really do have to listen to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like my injury, again, this part is not the good way to follow, but I don't plan an off season, really. No. I really love paddling. It's my favorite type of movement, so I want to keep moving. It inspires me to do the off-water stuff more. If I'm paddling, then I like doing some cross-training with strength. I like doing a little cardio, too, which the cheapest and easiest, I think, is a run.
Good run, yeah.
Don't love a run anymore.
No.
Go to a spin more. I use that as my... And it's also a rest. Well, actually, depends which class you take. They start doing these weight things during it, and I'm thinking, this is my arm rest day. I'm trying to rest my arms and use just... Because it uses so much core and abs, and I've never sweat that much in my life, so that's a cross training.
To the injuries that my feet specifically from the Yukon were there. They swelled to like water balloons from
really?
Fluid.
Wow!
And that was something that we both lost all feeling in our feet, nerve damage. We knew it would happen, but I couldn't feel. So for a few months.
Is there anything you can do when you take your breaks there? Did you put your feet up?
You try, but it's just it's a losing battle. But
I think it's Bruce who has those cool.
But do you know what I have been wearing? I know we're going right off on a tangent now. I've got really into barefoot shoes.
Oh yeah.
So I've started since the 11 Cities. I've been wearing barefoot of a brand that I won't mention. That we've got a massive audience here, but I've got some Vivo barefoots.
Yeah.
And
why not say the brand? I think that's
I've
helpful.
I've worn them since the 11 Cities, and it took a bit of getting used to. And my feet, the feeling in my feet after the Yukon has come back far quicker.
Okay.
And the contact.
Is it the kind that separates your toes?
No, they're not there. So they don't separate your toes, but they are literally like you can feel every stone and the grounding that you have. Yeah. And I've become a bit of a salesman for them, because I've just the whole thing. But my ankle mobility, my calf strength, my hip. I still do get some abductor hip pain. I've just had that from paddling, and it caused me a few issues with 11 Cities the year before last. That's all but gone, just because the whole posterior chain, the way the shoes work. But so I kind of answered your question, Simon, I think, in a roundabout way. So don't push through your niggle.
Yeah.
Listen to your body.
Yeah, I'm part of a training group. Yeah, and the whole the warming up and that stretching afterwards. I don't do as
strength
much
conditioning. There we go.
All things.
The list has been updated to show Dave's 20 laps. That's a good point. Have we? Oh yeah.
So Samantha Rutt loves those.
Yeah, so you need to
she wears those too.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does take a while to get used
to.
I
wonder. I haven't felt the need because I go barefoot so often.
Greg.
Yeah.
Greg. We have to update the list with Dave's stuff. Sorry, mate. The barefoot.
Was he sleeping?
I don't use
He might have been trying to sleep in his chair.
Yeah, I'm a total convert for the barefoots. They do take some getting used to.
But my question to you was, as a Southern Californian who goes barefoot a lot, I have calluses and stuff, do I need barefoot shoes also? Or the fact that I'm barefoot so much? Yeah.
So what do you wear what do you wear out training and stuff like that, and running and all that stuff?
Well, I do put on shoes. Yeah. Well, I don't run.
What's that? That wasn't Greg. That wasn't Greg I just shouted at, was it? No. Okay, I'm tripping out now. That wasn't Greg. It was just a man in a hoodie.
Oh. And
I shouted at him and said, "Can he update the spreadsheet?"
I think it was Greg.
No, it wasn't Greg, was it? Was that Greg? Was that
Patrick,
Greg?
Was that Greg?
Yeah.
Oh, he just walked off.
He went to the club.
Oh, his laptop's in there. Oh, okay. That's just what I shouted.
He was.
So this will be interesting now. So go back to what Sarah was saying. Yeah. The last lap was most definitely slower from everyone, and particularly the second group. There was almost two groups now. There's the front pack and there's two packs, and the gap is getting the gap is growing.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see whether
What lap are we on?
we are on lap 21.
21.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen anyone come around the corner, and
Yeah.
usually by 36 we're seeing
Yeah, so-
the leader.
Yeah.
But
So
it's not surprising. This would be kind of a witching hour, I think, for a lot of people.
Yep.
It's been dark now for a long
me
time.
included.
Yeah. Which you again, you've done so well.
yeah.
I'm gonna keep records from now on.
Yeah.
'Cause
You're the record keeper.
Now we're the real guys.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think just for safety reasons, we really appreciate you doing the numbers.
These are
It makes me feel better.
Absolutely. So this is where it gets quite
It i-
exciting for us
yeah.
because we can't see around. We don't get to see them coming around the corner until they're, well, obviously they're coming around the corner, but it's not actually that far. So, the clock's ticking. We haven't got a view right up the lake to see them coming down.
Where I was, walking over the bridge. We could, but I standing on the bridge, I could see, nothing more than a light until they're right
Yeah.
under, so isn't very useful in tracking. Yeah, I did too, and it was. You said like right.
Yeah.
Right. The rails are very tall, so I was like this.
I think it's
but
good
right
to-
when they come under, it was kind of a cool view, but that was only for like 2 seconds each person. Yeah. We have other views. Do you know when sunrise is actually here? Right before 7. Okay. So maybe on.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
There's our first
I
paddler.
know.
So I can see a light.
Okay.
So I see a light.
First light.
So there's see a light first
Oh,
light
yeah.
there. So that is.
But they're going to be after 40 by
Yeah.
the time they
Who
get
is
here.
that?
Lap when the sun is right.
Yeah.
So
So
who
it'd be
is
cool
that?
to take the boat
There's two
out.
paddlers there. So that's two paddlers.
So we want to try to figure
That-
that out.
Blake.
Yeah.
So it's Alex and Blake. We've got Alex and Blake coming in together.
Yeah, Blake is really nice.
What time is it here? You can see that from the live stream, Sam. You see that little big white clock.
That's not Alex.
I know people these days aren't used to reading
And it was Blake.
hand clocks, but it is 20 to 6
You're on, chatting it up,
Yeah,
having a good time.
a.m.
great. Who's a I'm such a Mac person.
I'm such a Mac person as well. What are
Nice
you look-
Scandinavian.
I don't know where the on. There's the on switch there,
Oh, thank you.
but I don't know whether you. There you go. It's coming on.
Okay.
It's not a Mac, so it
Yeah,
takes
I-
about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
We should have the laptop on by the
I
time
know.
the 47
I
hour
have
comes.
such a love-hate
Yeah, yeah.
relationship with Apple.
Yeah,
These like the latest
yeah, yeah. yeah. Oh, that's not-
cables that it doesn't work, and the fact that there's no regular USBs on my new laptop.
Yeah.
Like, what? Excuse me. So
So,
I do have mine also, but I believe he has.
so we have one more race behind. So we've got two there. So we've got Blake and Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's someone I can see there. I don't know who that is. Bruce was wearing an orange top,
Yeah.
but that's not an orange top. So it may be Bruce. He may have changed
Yeah.
his top. But,
So it's interesting, even though we have, understandably, a lot of people from Florida, I don't think we have as many as I would expect.
really?
Yeah, I would think there'd be more. So these two gentlemen are both from different parts of Florida,
Yeah.
southern and northern, both from the other coast.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
neither live right here.
I'm just trying to work out who the third person is. So these back to front. So yeah, here we have Blake and Alex and a crane
And a crane.
and a crane flying across. So that is 41. So that's Bruce. I can tell by the height of that person. That's Bruce. I think.
Oh, right here?
I'm
Yes, so we can see.
pretty sure. So that's.
See four, at least four
Let's
of the
count
14.
them in. So 1, 2.
Is there more than 4? I see the two.
No, that's just one there. So there's 4 in total. That is. That's Nippers, isn't it? That's Nippers, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there goes Nippers. It's starting to come through now.
4, yeah.
So 4. So
yeah. So Alex and
Blake,
Blake
Nippers.
came in together.
Yeah, and then Nippers behind. And then,
I love that our 5 in the morning shirtless guy.
yeah.
It's his Florida tan. John on his unlimited hardboard, big change
Yep.
from last time.
Yeah, so they're starting to come round.
Interesting. So we might have extra spectators. There's people coming to watch the marathon. Do you think it runs by here?
I mean, if
Hey,
anything,
Sarah
it's-
should have
it's
told you
loops-
if it was
it's loops of
around the
park.
outside.
Greg is not happy. He was told there's no other events.
Oh.
These people don't seem to know where they're supposed to be going.
Yeah.
Not very well organized.
Want me to
apparently.
text Sarah? Wake her up.
Pepper spray. That's it, Patrick. I said, yeah.
Get out of our area.
We'll put a sign.
Yeah.
So who's that? That is. Is that Bruce?
Can you tell who this is?
Is it Bobby? Is it? No. It is Bruce. That's Bruce coming in. Everyone. Bruce is in. So Bruce is.
Bruce is on the Nash. That
Yeah,
does-
Bruce and the
that
Nash. There we
helps.
go. So
It looks
Bruce
like
come in on 42. Bruce is in. Yeah, good.
So
Well, Bruce.
Nash UK person who sponsors Bruce, which is wonderful. So they got him aboard here.
managed to get aboard
We
here, yeah.
don't see Nash in the U.S. and we should.
Don't you
it's
see it
based in the U.S.
Go like kite. You see kites and kite surf. Like,
Okay.
yeah, but not
in SUP.
Yeah, but SUP. Yeah.
Yeah, but you do in the UK. You have Nash. You have
Yeah.
that. You still have the
Yeah.
inflatable series, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Well, the one
Enesco, whatever that's
Enesco.
called.
I
Or is
don't
that
think
not
they're
around?
making any more ball. I think the people
Oh,
are
they're
on
just
Enesco.
not- yeah.
I don't think it's being pushed anymore. And
But
Sarah
are they
will probably,
making SUP hardboards? I mean, I hadn't seen one for a
No,
while.
I don't know actually.
Yeah. Well, I
Sarah can probably
worked a
fill us
bit
in on
in the
what's happening
industry,
with.
so I used to go to trade shows.
Great work,
and-
Bruce.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to. Do you used to go
Yes.
to Surf Expo?
Yeah.
I used to live at Surf Expo.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I didn't. I used to go
Oh, well,
every year.
Well, I'm sure we met then.
Yeah,
This-
but I was
yeah.
more in the kite stuff. So I
Yeah.
used to work I used to do a lot of
Yeah,
work
you
for a
had
magazine.
you had a super fun area.
We had
your
fun area. It
kite
got bigger.
area.
It still got
Yeah.
bigger, but then the SUP area got bigger and bigger. So
Yeah.
I did Surf Expo from
But it
probably.
was interesting because we were similar, kite and SUP
What
in
were
the
you- what
trade
were you-
shows.
where were you?
SUP Love was the Australian couple
Right.
who had a company in the U.S.
Okay.
was the first. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't have staff.
Right,
It was
okay.
just the
Yeah, yeah.
couple, so they brought a couple of us. We
That's
were there
Thomas.
first.
See, Thomas is in as well. Thomas.
And then we had an industry association for a while, and
Right,
I was
okay,
the
yeah.
executive director of that. That was
Okay,
like my
yeah.
job. So got to go
Yeah, I
there.
used to love
And
SUP.
outdoor retailer. Did you go to that one for kite?
No, I just used to Surf Expo.
Yeah.
From about 2000.
But it was shocking the first time I went to a surf expo because it wasn't about surfboards.
Yeah.
Our areas were about our boards and equipment.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the area is about the surf lifestyle.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
about sunnies,
Yeah,
right? Sunglasses, and
And
clothing.
and the wakeboarding,
yeah.
the boats,
Yeah.
and the AWS.
So those of us,
yeah.
the small groups,
Yeah.
had their
That's
different-
Goran's in as well. So Goran is in. Goza's come in on. Okay, that's good pace. He's coming on 45 minutes. That's still. I mean, we're saying that they are slowing down a bit, but like this is still like 21 laps in, and they're keeping up within a minute or two of what they've been doing for the last 21 hours.
Yeah. All right, 15 minutes left. So so this crew is getting a reasonable
this-
break.
yeah.
Even if they're slightly slower, and all of them aren't. Hey, Do, looking good.
Looking good.
Yeah. That's my Swedish. Breathe
Yeah,
in. Say a
that's
word
it.
and breathe in, and you're speaking Swedish.
Yeah, Esther. Goran's doing really
Woohoo.
well.
Yeah,
There you go.
Esther.
Just another day on the water for Bruce. Yeah,
Esther Wheeler says, "Woohoo!" Go on.
This has got. I mean, I've said it before, and I'm not being favoritism for a fellow countryman, but this is Bruce's event, as in it's everyone's event, but as in
Yes,
this is what
you
Bruce.
knew, yeah.
This is just what Bruce trains. This is how he's a machine. He trains so hard with Karen.
Yeah.
These kind of distances over and over again.
Yeah.
He's done the marathon Saba.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
he's does ultra paddle is back in the UK.
Well, did you hear his goal? I think Karen shared it with us. I don't know if you're
What do we
sitting
share it on here?
here. 52 hours.
Is that what he's going for? Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
did say 52
Yeah,
hours. Yeah,
52.
Yeah, 52.
So, and he sounds like a focused guy.
Gonna need some more of this.
Yeah.
52. Well,
so
you
tomorrow
say,
night is
you say
definitely-
52, but like if the race finishes on 48, he can't carry on. So if Bruce is the last paddler standing, you don't keep going.
Yeah.
You have to do one lap and then it stops.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean we're going to get to. This is not about.
Right.
Setting,
No.
it's
No.
not
No.
about
I'm
seeing-
just saying.
Yeah, it's not about. Yeah, but it's interesting to know that it's not about. That's Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay.
Lindsay's in. Lindsay's in.
Going to count. Is she done? So about half in with still a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, the last two. Who came in right before?
Dave and
We're both a
was it
little
Scott?
So he didn't have a whole lot of rest.
He didn't have a whole
last
lot of
time.
rest, no.
Yeah.
And here's a group here.
I did. I saw right after I left. Who was out first? He had fallen that lap. Do you remember that? That the at 11, the one who went out at midnight.
I can't remember who that was.
I think somebody fell, rolled in kind of at the
okay.
start,
Right.
hit the hole.
Oh,
I think they were saying.
the hole.
And I think he's the one who probably stepped out.
Okay.
Now. Wet, middle of the night. Okay, 1, 2. There's a pack of 3 right here.
Yeah.
Fun to see. How's everybody doing? Okay, that's funny. Thank you, Teresa. Ha ha. My mother hangs on to our Swedish heritage, so I'm half Swedish only in heritage, very
Okay.
American mutt,
Okay,
but
yeah.
the other side is just a complete mix. Yes, we go to, I think you call it IKEA.
IKEA.
Yeah.
IKEA.
Yeah, we
IKEA.
go there for food.
Yeah,
not
well,
for
meatballs.
furniture. Yeah.
Meatballs,
See,
meatballs
you
is-
know.
yeah,
I tell
who
people
doesn't
in
know?
America, they're like, they have food
Yeah.
there. I'm like, yeah, there's the deli, or the food they think of as
Mashed potato gravy.
cinnamon rolls.
Mashed potato gravy
Yeah.
and meatballs.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, lingonberry, gotta have the ling.
Yeah, and lingonberry. Yeah.
Chetbula,
Chetbula.
that's meatballs, Swedish meatballs.
What you learn on a live stream.
Unimportant things
yeah, unimportant. Well, it
that you will
depends.
not
Like, yeah,
remember.
yeah. Apart from pork pies and sausage rolls.
Yeah.
So we've got 3.
Yeah. The lights are coming. They just came around the corner. Oh, there's someone right here too.
Yeah, we've
I
got.
think that's besides. Well, I only see 2 lights, so maybe that's one of
Is
the
that
3.
moving? Is that moving?
I'm
the
sorry.
red is the red light moving, or is that the buoy?
Oh. Wow.
Oh no,
they
it is
really-
moving, but it doesn't look like it's moving.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is moving.
Maybe
but
that's.
yeah,
Some
they
of
are.
them have. So they had the option of having the light on their board or their boat, and I think you guys, because we have so much light here, they're not really. You
Seeing
guys
it.
don't see the lights, do
No,
you?
they can just see some little dots coming in.
Yeah.
But I'd like to say I can see. Is it
Mm-hmm.
getting a? Is there some daylight coming?
Is this something that could grow and spread like the backyard ultras in running? I would give it a go and might manage a few laps
I think Greg.
if
Greg
they
actually.
did it near in South England. You gonna
Oh,
bring Are
interesting,
you bringing
yeah.
it to England?
Well, Greg did mention earlier. He talked about
Yeah.
the kind of like the inspiration behind the race, and obviously the backyard marathons. Someone asked that question.
Yes,
It's very,
yeah,
you know, it's
Backyard ultras. I was
yeah,
not familiar with
yeah,
that, but
absolutely.
that's what this is based on, right?
It's
The
based
format.
on. It's the I think
They've done it
Greg's
before,
taken it and turned it into
Yeah.
something that can be done on the water when he was looking to create this.
morning.
I think yes. Well, we do have Sup 12, Brendan's
Yeah.
race in Torbay, which is a similar race in as much as it's Sup 12 hours in Torbay. So it's on the ocean, but it's in the sheltered bay. Essentially, it's how many laps you can do within 12 hours. So unlike this race, you're not stopping and then starting on the hour. You just do as many laps as you can. So
Alexi,
this
and then
year we
Jimmy.
had we got
Just came in.
I've forgotten his name. He's on the starboard.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, good.
The race.
So with Sup 12, you do a lap of the course as many times as you can in 12 hours. You like this race, you can't eat on the board for different reasons. We don't have alligators in Torbay, but you can't eat on the board. You can't listen to music, so you have a station that you set up on the beach, and you have a transition area. So you the whistle goes in the morning. You go out, you do the lap. You come in, you leave your board on the beach. You have to walk up the beach, walk across a timing platform which logs your lap. Then you basically walk past your base where your food and your chairs are set up. You can stop, you can eat, you can drink, or you can just keep going again. And what's great there is over 12 hours you get the full. You get to experience the tide from its lowest to its highest. it was a great event. It went really well this year. So I'd definitely say
Bruce won it. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce won it. Yeah, Bruce won
Yeah.
it. Bruce did 30 laps, I think, from memory.
Wow.
And I think the closest after that was 27. And we had a great time. I actually got a little bit seasick after because
Really?
it was just gentle.
Yeah.
It sheltered, so you don't, unless it's a very certain. You can tell me exactly which one, but it's a great place to do it. But
Good morning, Sosas.
it was it was a great race, and that was the inaugural one was last year, and we're doing it. So if you're interested, it's a very similar format to this. So who's asking that question? Ollie.
Who asked about it?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ollie. Well, there we go. So you're South England, so
Yeah.
Torbay, so North Devon, really easy to get
I
to.
think is Sussex in
Sussex,
South?
so he's
Yeah, I
near
think
me.
That's where.
So yeah, so
Oh, you live near Sussex?
well,
too?
yeah, I'm in Sussex. So Ollie, we're neighbours comparatively based on where we are right now.
Yeah. Yes, 30.
yeah.
So Jeff is confirming that it was Bruce that won.
Yeah. So there we go. So definitely look at Sup 12. Entries are open now. So they're going to make it.
Yeah.
But it's whether they feel like got enough.
Right. In the tank
In
to
the
have
tank.
that short a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely enough time. I think you were talking about it, making the choices.
Yeah.
There isn't time to do everything.
There's
was the
another one
time
here.
that
There's
they
another one
had
here
that.
as
Oh,
well.
okay.
So we've got.
A couple coming in. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
counting this time to see how many. Do we have a light coming at us yet? Some of
Kathleen,
them have really
no,
long
Karen hasn't done the most laps for the women. There's still actually, we have Lindsay still out racing, and we had Jennifer as well. So we had, you can see on the live stream, you should see down on the
How
left-hand
many
side,
laps those that are
it will show
finished, yeah.
those that have come out in grey and what lap they made. We still have Lindsay in it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the camera. I can't wait to put some sunglasses back on. I'm just like. And I've got
I was
some
saying
wind. Might go black and white on the camera soon because I've got some definite wind chill red. So we have someone over here.
Well, you said you got a little sun yesterday, right?
He's moving slowly. I mean, he'll make it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's almost telling if they're really
You
looking
can-
slower than usual.
You
that
can tell.
They
you
have
can
maybe
start to tell.
decided. Yeah.
You can start to see people's body language,
Mental
and
game,
because
yeah.
this their paddle technique, that it's looking. It's like a bit more slow and laboured, and they're just pushing out those last strokes, almost like they're ready now to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a feeling we might have I don't know. I think that I don't know who this is coming in last, but I say coming in last.
Yeah.
Coming in
time.
in time.
But
So
not
no,
the
just
lot.
there's no first or last at the moment, but the last person to cross the line, I think.
But we have two, right?
Yeah, there's one coming towards us. There's still one. There's one you can just see and coming up to Bowie. There's one coming here.
Yeah.
That is Scott. I think
Okay.
that's Scott.
Scott's been impressive in
Scott's
hanging
been
in there.
really impressive in
Because
hanging in
he's had quite a few laps with not a ton of rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, he has.
So
Yeah,
that's
Scott's
almost
actually
more impressive.
Yeah.
than those who are getting lots of
Yeah.
rest is those who getting
Okay.
minimal rest but stick with it.
Yeah.
That's something.
So they're definitely both going to make it in, I think. That red light's now moving a lot quicker. It's like someone's just, but like whether they've just realised how close they are.
Yeah.
Because of course they have to finish the lap within the time for it to count, even if they've decided not to carry on. For them to get this lap on their record, they have to finish the lap. So that's Scott in. Woo!
Oh, I think Kathleen was asking about the event, the
Oh,
Brendan's
sorry.
event. Yeah. so
Brandon's
now,
event.
Of course,
I.
Sarah Sup Junkie is filling in. all the
Perfect.
answers.
Thanks, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Answering for us, yeah.
Sarah's the oracle.
And then the Simon, I know you said you had another Simon, but
Yeah.
Simon from Sup FM.
Yes,
I guess
So-
he
yeah.
does that event live. And he will again
Simon and
next year.
Sarah teamed up on that one and did the
Oh,
live
good.
stream, and that was great. So,
Nice.
although quite frankly, they only did 12 hours. They only did 12 hours of live
Only
stream.
12, Sarah.
I raced for a bit and I've done 30. No, it was great. It was
No.
fantastic.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it was brilliant, guys. I
you
mean, the
win
live
the
stream they did
commentary
there.
award.
No. I was jesting, but they did great
No,
commentary. I was sitting on the
absolutely.
beach as well, and it's not quite. Here it's
Yeah,
warm.
Scott.
It's warm and sunny. Torbay was a little bit different. So who is this? I know who it is. I don't know this guy's name. He's coming in. I think you can probably see. There we go. You can see the. I'm doing this all back to front. There we go.
Yeah, I need to catch up on you.
Yeah. It's.
Print is so small.
Oh no, because he's in the camouflage. He looks like a ninja.
Oh yeah. Is it Christopher
I think.
Thomas?
I think it might be Christopher. I see if I can see a board
come
number.
by? He's still in, right?
He's still in. I think.
Tony,
So he's
Jennifer.
come in on- He's got a
Him and
3 minute. He's come in. He's got a 3 minute break. Now we can generally tell what's going to happen based on where they place their
Yeah.
boards. He's walking up the beach. Is he going to turn his board around and put it back facing, or is he going to walk up the beach? It looks like he's walking up the beach. It looks like he's walking up the beach. I think.
Oh yeah, we're fine. Thank you, my friend.
Is he going to turn?
All right, we've lost Scott.
We've lost
Oh,
Scott.
Scott. And then what
And-
about
No, he's turning. He's going to put his board.
He's standing now.
So-
both of them or just
No.
Scott?
No, just Scott, as far as
okay, so
verbals.
looks like Scott is dropping out, and we've
And
got.
is that Christopher or who is that?
I don't know who that was in the camouflage top. Who's in the camouflage top? This. Chris. It was Christopher. Yeah. So Christopher's just finished his lap, and he's about to get
Turning
the
right
two
around,
the
yeah.
2 minute whistle. He's not had much of a break, so it'd be interesting to see how he pushes through
Yeah.
on this lap. Does he manage to get himself a little bit more time? He's not had a chance to have anything to eat, drink.
2
He's just
minutes.
literally gone. He's turned round.
Yeah. So this symbol doesn't do anything?
No, that doesn't do anything. No, we just
Hearts, thumbs up, and thumbs
yeah,
down.
yeah, we just
That's
have
it?
this.
Yeah.
Hey.
Kids.
Yeah, kids. Yeah.
Wait till we're really punchy
yeah.
tomorrow. If any of you know any of other tricks like that, the heart
There's a
one's
whole-
very
there's-
cute
the
too.
heart one's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like Scott is out. Chris's board's facing forward. Let's see what he
Yes.
does. Now everyone's in until 10 seconds after the start of the next lap. So at the moment,
Yeah. So Sarah, come on over
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just sign up as a participant, and then
Yeah.
win and if maybe you'd win the whole
I
thing.
think
but yeah.
maybe
Jump in.
I think he may be out.
Oh.
We'll see.
Ah,
Let's just wait and see.
yeah. Can
Okay,
you
guys, there we
see?
can see. So you can see just here. Oh, it looked like a machine done.
How'd you do that?
I do that like. Whoop. Dish, 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 dish. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
No. Sorry, we're not. Yeah. Yes.
Uh,
We're not trying to make fun of him. So.
there you go.
So cool.
So the about to start, it does look like Christopher is going to be out. We shall see. We might have
Or
two
he's
tapping,
resting.
but he's got to be on the water. He's going to have to be at his board and.
Coffee.
It's about time you sped up a bit, Alex.
I had coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Alex has just had his first coffee and he's
Wow.
really happy. If he wasn't happy already.
I know.
Okay, so it does look like.
I think I saw he came and talked
does
to you
look Chris-
again.
Yeah, he
So,
came and talked to us
Yeah.
again. It does look like. Yeah, it looks like Chris is out. We've got two tapping out on this
Yeah.
one. Alex Vip, so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So
There we go.
So
So, two tapping out.
2 tapping out, down to 12, and starting lap 22. Both made the time cut, so both made their own choice, and they're ready to
So we're
chat.
down to 12, yeah?
At this
down to
hour,
12.
I think we don't get them to chat right away, huh? They
Oh,
want
we'll,
to-
we'll see.
Yeah.
So we will update the side sheet in a second.
We lost Chris and Scott.
Yeah, cool. You update
Yeah.
the spreadsheet. We've done the thing. Okay.
Lap 22, you already did it. You did
Yeah,
the
we're done.
numbers.
Done the
and we're
numbers,
just like,
and we're off again.
starting, and we're off
And
again.
here we go again.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Cheers for the response. I'm in Dorset.
Cool. Perfect. There we go.
Yeah.
Even easier, Ollie. You got no excuse.
Yeah.
And I think it's sub 12 with 12 spelt 12 rather than number when you're looking for it. Although I'm sure you'll find it easy enough.
Find where Mason
There we go.
his password.
I'm going to charge all these races around the world for all the great exposure I've given them the last
Yeah.
24 hours.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Doo-doo. All right.
We have this too.
Yeah. I think.
I think Greg likes being.
Yeah, Greg
like
likes to
the-
do it. So.
the guy
All right,
who-
here we go again. I think the next time round we should start to see the sun, right? Or start
Yeah.
to see.
So I was going to see if
Yeah.
Greg might be a little delirious. I don't know.
So we are down to 12.
Yep.
So I'm just catching up on some messages.
Is he saying he wants to talk now or not?
He'll come talk. He just wants to go get decompress a little bit,
Yeah.
get dry clothes on.
Yeah.
Apparently he had a equipment problem. His
Oh.
board. Something broke on his board.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah. Broke on the board.
You hanging around? Okay. All right. Well, then we'll hang out.
Yeah. Hi, Veronica. Come say hi. I don't.
Yeah, we go.
Other Veronica was on a minute ago.
Oh, was
She's in line to go sup surfing.
Oh, fun.
Veronica. Oh yeah,
There
there's
we
the
are.
camera
Oh,
right
right
there.
there.
Yeah, so I know. So
Awesome.
we're all looking all over the place, but
Yeah.
yeah. How you doing?
Great.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Feeling better?
I'm
Sore?
feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some sleep. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna head out, start driving back to Texas.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a drive. Did
But-
you drive by yourself? No, you drove.
No.
you-
Yeah. We've got some company. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're now smiling
Great
and
to
happy,
see you.
yeah.
Oh, so good
Where are
to
we gonna
see
see you
you.
next?
So good to see you.
Or
Texas
is it
Winter
break time?
100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I've got.
The Texas Winter 100. There's another.
There's another one, the
Yes.
Texas Winter
Yeah.
100. We're
You
going
have a
through so
couple
many
long ones
races.
in
Oh.
Texas. You have the Safari.
We have Safari, 260-ish miles.
Yeah.
We've got the Winter 100, 62 miles from Austin to Bastrop.
It makes sense that you would have that. What's the one that's been around forever? That's more of a flotilla, but it's Maybe it's not very long. Tyler's
Damn That Cancer.
Damn
That Cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's been around for
That's
like 15
21
years.
miles.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I
that's
just
in
thought that
Austin.
sounded-
So
yeah.
it's like Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a full day event.
Austin.
and yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good
Here's
one.
our resident crane. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can hear that. The crane's now voicing his
noises, yeah.
displeasure to having us
Then I've got a
disturbed.
trail run coming up too.
Ah,
so
yeah. Runner, golfer.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Trail only.
Well, I'm
we
glad
get-
your team
let's see if we can
won
get- should we-
yesterday.
should we
too.
see-
Yes,
Glad you were
yes,
here and
yeah.
you did
Thank
it.
you.
Hope you
So
had a
glad
good
to be here.
experience.
So good
Chris,
to see you. Thank you for
you
all
fancy
you
saying
do.
hello on the live stream? Or not? You cool? Yeah, absolutely.
Dry
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
bye you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Take care.
Let's see, where did Greg go? Greg, do you feel like going out on the boat for sunrise? We don't have to.
We've,
And it
we've, I
doesn't,
think
have
we've,
to, it doesn't have to be you either.
we've got a while yet, haven't we? I think still. I think we've got a while. We
Okay.
want it.
should have seen Lori's face.
Are you the only one who's supposed to drive? Okay. We can make it short. We don't have to do it at the. We could go backwards and catch the end of it or something.
Have we got any more questions?
Yeah.
Have you got the?
Oh, sorry, I took away the live
No, you're
stream
fine.
to find Mason's password, which I won't say out loud. Okay, how do I get back to full screen on this? Come on. What do I tap to? Let's see, maybe it's just getting rid of that. Come on, live stream. Ah, there we go. Here we go. Oh, we have somebody new. Natalia.
Hey. Yeah, Lesky is going, looking strong.
He is. He's been super consistent. We have a few people who are, the ones who come in first and are, get talked about
Yeah.
a lot, but there's that mid pack that really have stayed
Yeah,
consistent.
absolutely.
And that's the beauty of this event.
Yeah.
They could be the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, everyone's just sitting back. Like, I'm trying to think of another sport where you can compare. It's like, in a weird way, like if you think about when you watch like athletics and you watch like a 1500 and you see they're running around and then you're waiting to see who's going to break. And
Yeah.
It's a little bit different here because there's not someone suddenly going to break, but
Yeah.
they're all effectively working up to whatever the lap's going to be where, well, the 48th lap, but where after it gets extended.
Yeah.
Because it's going to finish very quickly after that, I think. I do think, I know
Yeah.
someone's talking about 52 laps, but 4 laps, so for those of you that don't know, or weren't here earlier,
Yeah.
when we hit 48 laps, the course extends to just under 8 kilometres from 5.3 kilometres, 3.5 miles to 5. Something.
Yeah.
So it's not an unachievable average, but you've been paddling for 48 hours already. So, sleep deprivation, tired, you're running low on energy and fuel. And the way the course extends is we add an extra turn in. So basically, whereas at the moment you're going in a square, when the course extends, you're going to go up to the top and you're going to come back in like a V shape and have a buoy turn and do almost a 180 back round it and back out again.
Yeah.
And I know these races have definitely got 1 or 2 in them at that. Beyond that, I think it's going to be because the rest time.
Yeah.
You're going to come in, to average, to be averaging just under 8 kilometers an hour after 48 hours of paddling. Of course, it's doable, absolutely.
Yeah.
But for how long? I mean, like if you're thinking, and that extra buoy turn as well, it's slow.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these buoy turns you can kind of coast around the outside.
Right.
I mean, Alex.
No, and it changes too.
Yeah,
The buoy turns
yeah,
from just,
yeah.
you can.
And particularly for
You can lean turn a 90 degree probably.
And
You
particularly
don't
for
even have to,
Nippers on his 19-foot
right.
board
So
with
it adds a strong buoy turn with a big
Yeah.
turn, and then
Yeah.
it changes the two that were 90 degrees into stronger buoy turns.
And Nippers on his nearly 20-foot
Unlimited,
board.
yeah.
It's nearly 20 foot, and it's
Ooh,
got
that hurts my back just
got,
thinking about
what's the
crossbow
but it's got
training that, yeah.
it's got 2 fins. It's got a fin at the back, and it's got I can't remember what they call it. Is it a dihedral? It's got another fin in the middle, a smaller one. So it's great in a tracking in a straight line, but on a 180 buoy turn, it's going to be like a tanker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that might be a Larry Allison fin. I think Speedboard works, who's Bob Blair on the East Coast here, who Speedboard, he makes them for Nello.
Yeah. So,
But
is he still confident on the... All it takes is 2 paddlers not to want to lose. That's very true.
Okay.
But there's also, Sarah, I mean, we've talked about this through the night, so apologies to those who've heard it, that there's also a case of the race can win.
Yeah. Nobody wins.
So nobody wins apart from the race.
Yeah.
And the way that happens is so basically to win the race, the last paddler still needs to complete 1 full lap on their own. So if you're on lap 49, so you're doing the long course, and second place is like, I'm done. You then need to go and do 1 more lap at the full race distance. You can't keep going, so then lap 50 will be the winning lap. It's not a case of seeing how far you can go. And as you saw last year, there could be some if we get to lap 48, second place might say, I'm stepping out, so you only have to do a short lap to win it. Who knows? So, 52 is going to be...
Or let's see, 47, they would have to make that decision, right?
Yeah, 47, that's my decision.
48, then,
52, I'm going to be really hanging. So we're just making sure we can get the remote camera working. I still can't see any of this. Does the sun pop up quicker here than it does everywhere else? It just seems to suddenly appear.
Yeah. Well, it will get light before we see when the sun's over there. Did you get to see the moon last night? It looked beautiful.
Kind of,
over here.
yeah.
Because it was clearer than we thought. Joining. Okay, so I don't know how he did this. Ready to join. No one else here. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I did.
I wonder if it was companion mode. Present.
Now I need the sunrise for my re-energization.
Did you ever watch him do this for me, the
No.
Google Meet? You'll join the meeting when someone lets you in.
Well, how you doing? You've been out there the whole time paddling. I've
I'm
been
good
sitting
now.
on shore.
I feel pretty good right now. My hands don't feel.
Y'all want to interview this gentleman?
Hey, yes.
Ah, yes,
yeah.
we do. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Trying to find the
I'm
line.
good being still, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on in, Scott.
Yeah,
All
Scott. Let's
Congratulations.
bring
Thank you.
Scott. There we go. Scott, you come and sit in here.
I hate to get your chair.
Do you want to
all
come?
nasty.
Do you want?
It's all right.
Do you want to come in? Yeah, we go. Let's go. What one do you want, Scott? There we go. Let's put you in the middle. Let's put you in the middle.
It's a comfier chair.
There we go.
I just might not get out of
There
this
we go.
low.
Yeah, there we go.
It is low.
Scott, we're on the live stream. We're looking. This is the camera here.
Okay.
There we go. Scott, everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
How did you find it?
It was good. It was challenging. I kept to my pace, but that last go around, I hadn't been looking at my splits the last couple of laps.
Uh-huh.
And I looked this time, and I was like, I was way past, and I knew when I got in here,
Yeah.
I was going to be out of time,
Yeah.
or literally was to walk in and have to turn around
And
and
have
get
to
back
turn
on.
back around.
And I was hit the max. So
Yeah.
it was there.
But
you
what
did
an-
fantastic, and you
Yeah.
were consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were so
Yeah.
consistent.
So
And I
you're,
think
you're Texas too, right?
Yeah, Galveston.
Syntax, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I live way down from Syntax,
Okay.
but so yeah.
San Antonio or where?
No, I live in Galveston Island.
Galveston.
Yeah.
Oh, Island.
But Linda McCoy takes care of us. So,
Yeah.
she's so the
Hi, Linda. You up yet?
Yeah, I doubt it.
No.
But the team is, kind of statewide.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just a happening. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
So,
Good people.
She's a
I,
wonderful gal.
you know, it seems like a really long time ago now. But in
Yes.
those first few laps with the wind
Yeah.
building, there was a point. It looked like that you were. I mean, there was a lot of us out there where
Yeah.
the wind was really. Well, it took a lot of races out really early on.
Yeah.
Did you, at that point, were you questioning whether, that, or were you still quite happy you were going to get through that?
It was just like the weather's just like it was at home.
Okay.
So I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So I'm used to the chop, and so I wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I knew it was, if it kept going. I told my wife, I said, like, survive to 5. If you
Survive.
can just kind of get through the wind, then it would be pretty good.
I think that's a great. Survive to 5 is probably a great term
like
there,
that you
because
had
it was survive
yeah.
to 5, and it was at 5 o'clock. It was like someone literally turned off the fan.
Yeah.
And then the chop
Yeah.
died down, and it's been butter flat as well.
Yeah.
I was using I've been looking at the Windy app for a week, so
Have
I've been
you?
watching it, so I knew what the pattern was.
Oh, we
gonna
have
be.
a wind expert.
There we go,
here.
wind expert.
Not really. I just look on the app and
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
But it was changing. At
Yeah,
least
it was.
It was stronger than I had been watching.
Yeah,
before. Yeah.
and the gusts were a lot higher than.
Gust. You can
Yeah.
see them coming. You know, when you can see gusts coming across the
And
water,
was
you can
this
see the
tough
ripples.
Section
Yeah,
for you,
so
this
that's why I
last?
tore up my hands getting out and getting in. Every time when you come around and you'd have
Yeah.
to make that really hard turn,
Yeah.
that's where I got gassed out a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But we did talk earlier, I think, and you actually had a lot of fun on the downwind leg,
I
right?
did enjoy the
downwind leg. If you- if
Everything
you're-
else worth it.
If you're
Yeah, I
used
would
to,
say.
if you've got any kind of experience with downwinding and catching bumps, then towards the end, before the wind drop, we had some nice lumps, right?
It was, and that kept you good, right? I was glad that the hard part was at the beginning.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be at the end,
No,
so
no.
it actually worked out really well.
Yeah,
So
you almost
could
knew
kinda
2 kilometers up, and then you're going to be in the clear,
Relax
cross the
and
top,
recover.
relax,
Yeah.
and then ride it down.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Because it got kind of swelly there for a little while.
Yeah.
You could catch a few good
Yeah,
ones.
there's a few. I found that if you moved a little bit into the middle of it, I kind of had.
Yeah.
So everyone was still hugging the right-hand side.
Yeah.
But I found that if you kind of just moved out a little bit into like the second lane in, I think, or third lane in, you just seemed to get a little bit. The wind was coming across a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I was catching some really nice bumps.
Yeah.
And you know it. There's nothing better than that feeling
No.
when
no.
you know you're on a
I'm a
bump.
broke down surfer, so
Oh, well, there we go, yeah.
I enjoy that.
There's
part
nothing
the
better,
most,
is there?
yeah.
When you stop pattern, you just know you're on and
Yeah.
like you just
Yeah.
take a couple of breaths, and you see your speedo,
Cruise on.
cruise on down, and then
Yeah.
go again.
That's
So
good.
So Galveston Island, are you a wind sport person too? Surfing, you said. Is that-
No, it's just
Yeah.
really paddleboarding
Yeah.
and surfing. So I haven't been surfing much. I had rotator cuff surgery last year. So
Okay.
Oh, just
trying
last year.
Yeah, in
Wow,
22.
doing
So
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
interesting. We had a question
Yeah.
actually earlier about people recovering from injury.
Yeah.
So you've had a rotator cuff, and you're out here doing this.
So I would tell you my wife would tell you, is like, if the right one goes, I'm not getting it done, because to me the first 4 months were horrible. And then, but over
Well, isn't
time,
that you actually have to immobilize?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just
there's
goes
the
to jump.
and you can't recover
Oh.
for a while.
and they were telling me,
Yeah.
and the doctor, I had the surgery in February, and the doctor said, you can't touch a paddle until August. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah.
then the rehab, I mean, it was work. And my rehab guy was like, you see the guy over there? I'm like, yeah. He goes, he had his whole shoulder replaced at the same time you did. And this guy was flying. He goes, it's way easier to do a shoulder repair
Yeah.
than or shoulder
Well,
replacement
And
than
did you
just
know
a
they're
rotator
doing
cuff.
this new thing opposite? So they take the ball and socket and switch it?
No.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes. I have a friend that's going to
Oh.
have that surgery.
Oh,
That's
wow.
that's the newest thing
Ooh.
to try
Ugh.
with shoulders. I had a hip. So much easier.
Oh.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a
'cause they
friend who
don't
had
try
one
anything.
done, and she swears by it. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, dude, it worked
We're all-
perfectly.
Yeah.
we're all like Terminator here, we're like
Because
cyborgs.
they make you walk stairs before you even go home.
Yeah.
Outpatient.
yeah.
No immobilization. It's movement right from the
That's
beginning.
fantastic.
So nothing.
Yeah.
So basically, we're not RoboCop, we're Robo-paddlers.
Yeah.
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 I think you have to have your own class division.
Yeah.
So, Scott, we've got a few comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've just got Sarah Baker. Well done, Scott. Team
you.
Suck from the UK. Well done, Scott. Catherine
Thank you.
Smith. Well done, Scott.
Yeah, we have a
Onboard
lot
Sup
from
channel.
Europe right now.
Great effort. Here we go. So this is a bit of a personal question here from C. Gander. Well done, Scott. How old are you and how long have you been paddling from Poole in the UK?
59.
59.
I've been paddling since 2015 or 16.
There we go.
Because we moved to Galveston in 2010, and I used to be really grumpy when there were no waves. So we'd sit on the beach
What
and
do
I'd
you
like,
do
right,
in
right,
between?
right.
Right,
And my
yeah.
wife's like,
Yep.
so I took
Find
a paddle.
something to
I was
do
like,
when there are
you
waves.
can't sit on the beach and drink all the time. So I took it up, and I did. The first race I did was in Corpus, and the wind was kicking. I was on a Naish 10.5, 35 inches wide,
Yeah,
and
surfboard.
5 inches thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, I came in dead last. These guys, when we were coming out of the channel, going to the out to the Gulf of Mexico, push you back, and they were all cheering me, go, 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 go. I finally made it around, and Linda was the first one that met me at the beach and kind of kept me going and said, good job. So,
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah.
There we go.
Linda McCoy. Shout out.
Sup Junkie as well. Great paddling, Scott.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, everyone's been really,
Sarah
really
from
so
the UK.
Sarah from the UK. Well, you weren't the last paddler standing, but
No, I
you
wasn't.
made a bloody good effort. And,
No, I tried.
incredible.
I tried. Yeah, I
absolutely.
appreciate that.
Yeah, and you look very happy about it as well.
Yeah,
You had a
yeah.
great time.
What helped me is I started doing Sup My Race,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and which is cool because Chris Jones does a good
Yeah,
job.
Chris
with
Jones.
that.
Chris,
He really
Chris.
does.
Shout out to Chris
Give
Jones and
give
Sup My
him-
Race.
Yeah,
Does that dude do it himself?
He
And
does.
track
I understand.
everybody?
Well, you
Yeah.
I
submit, but
I
like,
kind of had paid attention.
No,
Yeah,
you,
I just
yeah.
saw.
So he takes your screenshot
And he puts it into-
an Excel
Yeah, I just
spreadsheet.
finally read
Yeah.
it because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, people are really specific in this group.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw he has these challenges, but he
Yeah.
does all the
He does all that.
legwork
Understand
and
it, yeah.
spreadsheet. Chris
And
Jones.
Chris Jones.
Very
And,
impressed.
and it's a
completely
Okay.
free.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
pretty thankless task, really.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, and, you
No,
know,
but it's fun, and people do. It's
Oh,
fun
absolutely.
to be able to
Yeah, and
do
I
something
got to
with
meet a
your
lot
data.
of people today.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah,
two
yeah.
or
That
three
are
people
also in that
that-
group?
Yeah.
yeah. So
Where
big
is,
shout out,
where is
Chris.
he in the UK?
I don't know, to be honest, but
Yeah,
with a name
yeah.
like Chris Jones, he's somewhere in the UK, I'm guessing. But yeah, I
Chris
mean,
Jones
I
could
think
be-
Sup My Race, look it up. It's basically sort of like you submit your times, they total up your distances each month.
Yeah, it's like a monthly
monthly
thing,
thing, and there's
yeah.
challenges on there, and it's a
Yeah.
great way to just meet and test yourself against other paddlers, and just see what other people are doing. Make friends online.
Oh, yeah.
The competition side of things.
And it kind of keeps you going because you submit and then he ranks you. I think the
Yeah.
first time I did it was in April. I was like 120 at the end of the
Yeah.
month. I finished fourth this month.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
it kept me going because
Yeah.
you had to put it in every day and he told it. So it just kind of, it was a good way to have
Yeah, yeah.
somebody keep you accountable.
Yeah, amazing,
Yeah.
awesome. Let's see if there are any other questions.
All my family's asleep. Grandkids.
Yeah, so
They've
yeah,
been
so
watching all day.
Sarah at Sup Junkie. A lot of the Brits use Sup My Race. Yeah, it's a really popular thing as well. So
And it's getting really popular. I mean, the Australians, so you can, it's like you wake up and you can
Well,
see,
you see who's topped
who's
up.
already been up and,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
done
and,
it.
and what's great as well about Sup My Race, there's you have to submit your distance and
Garmin,
speed,
GPS.
but you have to submit it in a certain time frame. So what you can't do is store it all away till the end of the month,
Yeah.
and then smash it in.
Yeah.
And then delete. So you have
to keep up with
you have
it.
to keep up with it, and
Yeah.
gives Chris a chance to do all his admin
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, I'd hate for everybody
Oh.
just to do 30 at once.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So Scott,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate
friend.
it. Appreciate
Yeah.
y'all doing this.
Thank you
This
very
is
much,
great.
man. Yeah,
It's a
you-
pleasure meeting you
Well
and
done.
traveling
Likewise.
with you. Meeting
Yeah.
you too.
Likewise.
Y'all take care.
Yeah, awesome. And you got out of the chair.
Yeah.
You've got another lap in you.
I mean, I get
Yeah.
out of the next
Maybe,
one.
maybe,
but I can have this
how
one.
about a victory lap?
Oh, no.
No, he's not for a victory lap. No.
I know.
Thank you.
Chris Jones is in Sweden. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, yeah, there we go.
Swedish dude,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry about that. Yeah, put that right, but there we go. But we've given you a shout out, so hopefully you get a few more
Yeah.
paddlers on board.
Well, we have another Christopher over here, Chris.
Scott, you're a beast.
Yeah.
You're at it every day, no surprise. Scott, Veronica. Veronica says, you're a beast, you're at it every day, no surprise, you accomplished what you did out there. Congratulations.
Yeah. Is it Sosa or
Yeah,
the Texan?
Yeah, Veronica
we have-
Sosa.
You got another customer.
Hey, we got Chris coming in now as well.
How's it
Into
going?
the Heart of East. Good. How are you? You're looking changed and refreshed. You look like you can go out for a victory lap.
I don't know. Yeah.
So how was it?
That's his joke.
It was an amazing event. It was a lot of fun. Accomplished almost all my goals.
So what were your goals?
Number one, I wanted to complete 24 laps.
Very close.
I also wanted to paddle with, some of the best paddlers out there.
Yeah.
I certainly did that.
Absolutely.
And I also wanted to, meet a lot of people in the distance paddling community.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of people that, that I know of and
Yeah.
respect. And it was awesome just to meet really cool people.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you get to chat sometimes?
Yeah,
on
for
laps?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too much
That's
on
a
the-
unique
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
about
on the wind.
an event where you actually talk on the water.
Right. Not too much on the brakes, but definitely
Yeah.
on the water.
So,
Yeah.
so talk me through how your race went from the beginning. Cause wrap it up.
I think it was going pretty well for a while. I was hitting my goals in terms of lap
Pacing.
splits.
Yep.
So I was aiming for 45 to 50 minutes
Yep.
each lap, and trying to hit my zone 2 heart rate.
Yeah. That was pretty tough with the wind, though, right?
I didn't hit it those laps.
Yeah.
I'd be quite impressed if you were hitting
yeah.
your zone 2 in that wind.
No, definitely not. Most of the other laps I was.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you hang in there okay through those laps though? Like psychologically, was that really? I mean, those were checking in, and everybody was a little.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I look at those, I try to turn all those things into positives. So,
Love it.
the wind is
Yeah.
coming into your face, and it's like, yeah, let's go get it.
Yeah.
Or, just looking at it as a way to get better. And, everybody's going through the same
That's
thing.
I was going to say.
And so
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's a way that you can spin it into a positive, that's going to be, you're going to be better mentally. And at the end of the day, it's mostly a mental game
Yeah.
anyways.
Yes. it
Do you
is.
train in the wind? Are you in Arizona?
Phoenix, yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona. So, yeah, Corey or Terry were on. I don't know who was doing the Riverbound.
Oh, I love
Earlier,
Terry.
yes,
Terry's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they were cheering you on.
Spent a lot
yesterday,
of time
Yeah,
talking with her lately about boards and paddles
yeah.
and
Yeah.
things like
So
that.
how did you hear about this? Because did you watch it last year or?
No, I didn't know
Something
about
like
it.
that,
I did the Yukon 1000 this year,
yes.
and then,
So we don't.
yeah.
You know what?
we,
Oh shit!
we
Oh,
didn't,
yeah, fuck. You couldn't see. I'm looking. You know,
You're like,
I'm
you
like,
look familiar.
Well, no, because
Yeah.
you meet people online and you
Yeah.
you're friends with paddlers of.
Yeah.
So it's like there's sometimes you look at
They
someone.
know each
We
other,
know.
isn't
Well,
this cute?
yeah. So
no, we didn't get to spend a lot
no,
of time
because
talking in
you
the Yukon.
yeah, because you were in kayak, weren't you?
Kayak, yeah.
So so I've got your footage. So yeah, you had those weird paddles. I call them weird paddles. So I'm not a kayaker.
Different,
Those-
unique.
But these paddles, you think of a kayak paddle has a blade on it. These look like samurai swords.
Basically,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, those have a name.
So what we're going off on a
Greenland
tangent here.
paddle.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Cool.
Greenland paddle.
So they just look like a samurai sword. There's no big.
Just a little bit wider.
Yeah,
in
just a
there.
little.
Yeah, so it's essentially the same surface area as a regular paddle.
Really?
It's all carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Super light. And I tested it against the wing, and I was hitting the same speeds with a
Amazing.
lower heart rate.
Yeah.
And lower, yeah.
And it
lighter.
doesn't have that rotational force that a wing paddle has.
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
So that
Just
adds
good on the
weight to the
yeah,
paddle.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, so I've
but-
seen. So I'm in the midst of making the documentary for the Yukon 1000, and Chris has submitted loads of
Yeah.
footage, which I've been editing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's got a face mask on as well. So
Always.
but
Oh,
there's some great
pretty
bits.
good.
Yeah. But I can remember some great shots of you with a rainbow behind you. But it's
Yeah,
around. There's
yeah.
some great rainbow shots. And that's what I'm sitting here talking to him, and now it's just joined up as well. So I feel embarrassed that I didn't
No, it's-
link all the dots.
it's all
because
good.
there's so many people going around and stuff. But
Yeah, for sure.
and yeah, so obviously you had the 1000. Anything
Yeah.
before between that and this, or
The 1000 was my first paddle race, and you know, so and at the end, Trey got me interested in doing this race. You know?
Trey gets everyone interested in doing lots of stuff.
He was kind of talking to everybody about the Alabama 650 and everything like that, and I was like, okay, I'll try that, and then I got a board and started training and stuff like that.
So, have you only just taken up paddleboarding?
Stand-up, yeah.
I got my board mid-September. I got on it
Oh, wow.
first time late September.
Okay. So basically, there's no excuse for anyone. So
Yeah. You do not look new to the sport. You have very nice.
yeah.
Are you very studied about whatever it is? It sounds like you do multiple sports, or you said that was your first paddle race.
I'm not
you raced
necessarily new to paddling, but new to
that specific
focusing
discipline.
on it like this.
Yeah.
yeah.
So when I first got really into kayaking, so I went to Lake Powell in Arizona in 2018, and it's beautiful.
Yep.
If anybody's ever been there.
Oh yeah. And you paddled through the canyons.
It was on. Well, it was a houseboat trip.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get a kayak to come paddle back here. So I got a 17-footer, and then I just started paddling around Arizona. And I randomly, and then after that, I was like, well, what other long distance objectives could I find?
There you go.
And I came across the Yukon 1000.
Wow.
And I was like,
Jump right
I want to
in.
do that.
Yeah.
And then it got COVID canceled.
Yeah.
COVID canceled again.
So did you miss the 2022? Were you in for the?
No, I applied to it, and then for a couple different reasons, didn't end up getting to race that year.
Yeah.
But then raced this year.
Yeah.
Amazing experience. It's an awesome race.
I'm going to show you something. When we finish, I'm going to show you the video, the teaser video.
Sweet.
I'll give that to you as a little bonus. I'll show you.
awesome.
Yeah, we're up to. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's like to come from no paddleboarding experience in September to come out and do this, to done the Yukon 1000 in the summer. Any injury? Anything? Did you come back pretty refreshed? You look pretty fresh. Did you pick up any niggles or injuries off the 1000?
Oh, I mean, I have there was a group picture of a bunch of racers at a restaurant and a bar afterwards.
Yeah.
And if you zoom in on my hands, they all look like my fingers look like sausages.
Your hands. So that's what your feet.
my feet were like.
My hands were all tore up.
Yeah.
A lot of little injuries, but nothing major. It was just, just needed some time for skin to heal and stuff like that. There wasn't like an inch of my body that didn't have like a rash. Or,
abrasion or
blister.
Because again, we were talking about like a race like the 1000 or the Alabama 650 as well, that particularly in a kayak, sitting in such a small enclosed space.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything worse. Because effectively from the waist down, you can't do much, and you can't really get out. Well, you can't. You can't get out.
Okay, I will take the converse side. I think that you guys are crazy.
You see,
No, you guys are the hardcore. Racers. And I said that the entire time. I think the only advantage that you guys do have is you have the best relaxed position. You can lay back, and stuff like that. But you're on your feet for 18 hours a day.
I mean, we do. I think we can get with the height. We can see what's coming, which can help in the flats when there's shallows and stuff. You got a bit more of a viewpoint.
Yeah.
And we can move around. We can be on our knees. We can rest back. We can lay. We can stretch.
Right.
And I couldn't think of anything worse. And I think.
You can get your knee up. Like
that. But a great thing that if you need to get out for any reason, it's not 5 Finger Rapids. You capsize at 5 Finger. That's going to be a difficult job to right the boat, empty the boat, reload the boat. You're not doing that while floating. You're going to get washed up somewhere.
Yeah.
That's got to be going through your mind, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, thankfully, the run that we went through was more fun than anything.
Than the year before.
Thankfully, nothing went wrong there. But totally, that could go really bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
sure.
And we're, speaking to John with the paddle boards, if we fall off, we can get back on it, as you now know, because you can see if you fall on a paddleboard, you can be back on in 10 seconds.
Right, exactly.
It's easy to get back on. It's actually probably one of the safest crafts in that respect. Obviously, we're individual, not in a pair, so that's the risk.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything I think worse. I don't mean that. It's like just sitting. I think yeah, it's.
I'd rather have my kayak.
There we go.
No, I have much respect for you guys that do the 1,000
yeah.
on a SUP.
Yeah. Absolute respect all round.
Yeah.
So what's next?
So I'm doing the 1,000 again.
Oh.
In 24 with my brother.
Amazing.
Oh, neat.
So really excited about that. And
So in
probably
a kayak again as well. Just go back.
Kayak,
Yeah.
and then gonna probably fit in a couple more races in between. I'm considering the Texas Winter race.
Okay.
Heard about that one from Trey too. And then considering the 70-48.
Okay. So yeah, someone
Up
mentioned
in the
that earlier.
Pacific
Yeah.
Northwest.
Yeah.
A lot of the other races. So I'm looking for something that doesn't necessarily require a crew.
Yeah.
I'd love to do the 650. I definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
I actually was talking to Trey about
Yeah.
that.
Okay, yeah, Trey.
Finding
Yeah.
a crew. But I don't know. It's hard to ask somebody to take a week off.
Yeah.
And I'm not very good at asking people for stuff like that.
Yeah.
But maybe the 650 in 25.
Yeah.
And I like to do the MR 340 too.
Yeah. And would you change it going back to the Yukon, the 2 years running? Same as before. Anything you change, you're gonna and the thing is, like, so your brother hasn't experienced this, and you're gonna be like zipped to or does he want to hear everything? I mean, what you say, holy crap, what you're gonna change a lot?
I mean, I think with anything, there's always room for improvement. So anywhere our ground game was terrible.
Okay.
That I was so jealous talking with the Swiss guys, and they were like, "We got 5 hours of sleep a night," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I got max 2.
Yeah, I got 2.5, 3.
And so like they did it right, whatever they did.
Well, yeah.
So we were very inefficient in the ground game. That's the biggest thing. You can always improve with mapping.
Yep.
The one thing that I think went really well, at least for me, was nutrition.
Okay.
I had a really solid nutrition plan, and I plan on using that again. But also open to learning more and trying to understand how I can do better there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a whole list. I'm blanking on some of the things right now.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
I made my list and I sent it to my brother. And I'm like, these are the things that I think we should think of. Water filtration. We're terrible at that.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was part of the reason.
Life straw.
Life straws.
I heard him.
Yeah, we
say
just
that.
life strawed it.
So did it ever clog?
No.
No.
So we had the life straw go-tos are the ones you want because they
Go to?
to go to the numeric 2.
Okay.
You just have to. I mean, up until before the White River.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going off.
He was
the
talking about that.
Before the White
area
River, but when you get to the White River, as long as you give a good blowback when you refill it, just to clear it out again. But we both used them, and the only problem you had was sucking. We got ulcers. Well, I got ulcers towards the end, us on the ends of my lips, because when you're sucking, you're kind of rubbing against your teeth, and it kind of just got a bit sore. But the convenience of just dipping it in, screwing it on, and just going.
Yeah.
There was no faffing with tablets. There was no gravity-fed stuff. We did have the P&G tabs, the sachets, which worked amazing back home in our tests. But
Yes,
exactly. When you've got these are okay. Well, so we're talking about this is all stuff that's really useful. Whether you're doing something Yukon or whether you're just looking to make some water, you can get P&G Procter and Gamble sachets, and they're used in like third world countries to treat water. You can get a sachet. You basically fill up a container, a bladder, anything with like 10 liters of water.
Tablet sachet?
No, it's like a powder sachet. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, it's powder.
But you fill up a 10-liter reservoir. It can be anything, a bucket, just a expandable one. And we tested this on finding the most horrible stagnant water we could find back home. We went to like an old duck pond where you got like a like literally and you
drink it.
You scoop it up and you basically pour this sachet in, and you give it a good shake and a mix or whatever for 5 minutes. You stick the top down and you leave it. Firstly, we found that the leaving time was longer than they said it would be. And what it does, it congeals.
So you tried this also, it sounds like.
Yeah, this is what
No.
we
Yeah,
use.
yes,
This
we
is what
used.
you
Okay, so
use.
we had when we tested it back home, it basically congeals all the. It just pulls it all together. It's actually, I think, come from a wash. It started off as a washing detergent powder, where it congeals all the dirt together. And what's amazing is you just get it all settles to the bottom, doesn't it? It's that thick brown. And then the idea is you then pour it back into other
That's not very
containers.
appealing, is it? to
Through,
the-
well, no, it looks
But at
crystal-
least you see that it pulled it out.
Yeah, but you then pour it back in through a like a muslin or something
Yeah.
to filter it
It
out.
does
And
sound like, though, the timing and the steps.
so the idea, so
challenge with
yeah, and then
what
so
you guys were doing.
what the benefit is, it can make like 10 litres of water. You'll probably get 8-9 good litres out of it. So that's quite a lot to have straight away. The downside is, if you make that overnight, you're then carrying 8-9 litres of water. So that's 8-9 kilos of water that you're carrying. You know, but what we found on the Yukon is like what worked back home with no pressure. That you're making camp, you're trying to fill this bag up by the side of the river. There's loads of shit going into it, loads of sticks and stuff, and you're trying to get. Then you've got to find somewhere to hang the bag, to give it you shake it, but you want to just prop it against
Sorry,
something.
You're
so,
nodding yes. These were your
I used to
issues.
say.
Yeah, kind of.
So,
with
and then
that
what we found is
method.
the next morning it looked great, and then we're trying to decanter it into bottles, and we lost 8 litres of clean water turned into 2 litres of usable water because it went everywhere.
Yeah.
One time, we spilled my entire
Yeah.
like bladder, and I was like, whatever. Threw in the iodine tablets into
Yeah.
like all the terrible
Yeah.
water. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. So the other thing is tablets, but yeah. So the life straws. So straws were they were great. We've got a race coming around, and I think it's getting lighter as well a bit. Actually, I can see that now.
Yep.
So Chris, we're gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Are you hanging around for a bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang
I'm gonna
on.
come and
Yeah.
find you because I'm gonna show you the.
Although
the
I have one
teaser.
more question
Awesome.
just after
Yeah,
all this
yes,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
1,000, like
Yeah.
how and like your nutrition was dialed. I would assume all of that you guys do on these longer ones where you really were remote helps when you have this situation. But nutrition and hydration and all of that was important in such a different way here. But did you feel like that part of your experience here was pretty dialed in?
I did this same plan.
Yeah,
Same exact plan. The only difference was I couldn't do it on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
Right.
there and everything was in powdered form. What I used mostly was rec packs, and they're so delicious. 700 calories, you can take it down in 30 seconds.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. We had the foods we made before we left camp and ate while paddling.
Yeah.
800 calorie, great, but like the hassle of.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I tested that out, and it didn't sit well with my stomach.
Didn't it?
So
Yeah.
we went up to Lake Powell, and we had a 6-hour paddling day,
Yeah.
followed by 8-hour paddling day.
Yeah.
And I ate, that dehydrated camping meal.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, my stomach hurt all night.
And I think the lesson here is to try this
You have
stuff
to
out.
test it.
You have to
Test
test
it.
it. You don't
Have
come
to
and do
test it.
something like this without testing it.
Right.
Because you find out. You've got to find out when it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Woo! There's that. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well-
So Chris or Christopher? What do you
Chris.
prefer? Chris. Okay.
Chris.
Sorry, the names on paper, like it took us a
Chris,
while,
yeah,
so like
it's
we're being
amazing
very
to-
formal with you.
Yeah. Again. Now
Yeah.
it's all up.
And great to meet you. I'm
Great to
I'm
meet
in
you.
California, not too far away, so you should
Go,
come
and,
to
go
some
and rest up a
races.
bit. I'll come and find you and I'll show you this
Yeah.
teaser because you're in it a bit
You
as
should
well.
join
You're
Terry
finished.
and Corey. Like we have one in January called Hano Hano. Any craft.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, so you can choose to do stand up, or you can. They have 2
So we've got
races,
Alex is
so
coming.
you can,
Alex is
do
coming
your
on
kayak
40
on one and
minutes.
Stand up on the other.
We've got behind Alex.
Great to talk to you
is-
guys.
Yes.
Nice one. Cheers,
Nice
Chris.
to you
Take
too.
care, mate.
Yeah. And is,
Chris, what a legend there.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Walking like he's fresh as a daisy now. So we've got Nippers behind. So we had Alex, Nippers.
Yeah.
It looks like Alex is coming back to say hi. Who's that
we
behind?
got Bruce.
Here's Alex back in.
morning.
So we got the
Just a
Alex.
little comment. Well, if you want to ask
We
me
got the
questions,
Alex update. We've got a little comment from
I
it.
am
His son's
on
coming.
schedule
He's on schedule.
because I'm gonna go poop.
Okay.
Right. Well, I want to ruin your poop.
No, you're not going to.
Everybody
yeah.
But
poops. He's
yeah, yeah.
like.
when he poops, and I'm on life schedule. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
laying on the coffee and the food
Yeah.
and the whole thing. Is that my girl? I
Yes.
believe you're awake. I love you.
Hey. Yeah, look
Oh my God, I'm so wet. That's sweet, man. That's pretty
at
sweet.
that. Yeah, there you go.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
What are you eating? A bagel? One of my bagels?
I hear you had your first coffee on your last lap.
Yeah, I know. I heard you
No, I'm
announce
still
that.
flying.
Yeah?
So good, yeah.
So you saved that one up, yeah?
Yeah, I was holding
Well,
out, man, and
for the
delaying
poop.
gratification.
Yeah. Help me. Yeah.
Well, for the energy too,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
year with Paulo again, number 4.
Pick you
Shout
up.
out. He
Yeah.
said like he was fine on caffeine throughout the night, and I thought
You
to
know,
myself,
Paolo
like,
jumped in a while back.
Did he really?
Yeah, last
In the
night
chat?
just
about
saying
11.
hi,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad he's watching.
Yeah.
So he's like, he was drinking caffeine, and I said, okay, well, that brother's fast, so I'm gonna do the opposite because I want the jack right before the 9 o'clock hour, and maybe that will help me, match up with
Yeah.
him. So I was
Yeah.
doing that thing, whatever. So I waited, and